Nice. Okay. All right.
It sounds
We're
like
going to jump in from the beginning. I'm going to do our intro again. Probably better this time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Casters and Blasters. This is our D&D channel where we play every Wednesday night. I'm joined tonight by Alex, Paige, Gary, and Ethan as usual. Our fabulous technical director, as you probably saw me type in chat, and as you saw we were struggling with audio there for a moment, our technical director is absent. He is required elsewhere for about the first half of the session tonight, but he will be back. So we will be without a battle map for about the first hour and a half. We will be in the screen that everybody is seeing right now, my face on the left, everybody else's face on the right. But we should be able to deal with that. Where last we left off. Oh, one other thing I have to do, real quick. It's also my job to do music tonight.
While you're
So now
looking for music, may I say, the first audio that came through on the stream was me saying, "Back into the closet with all of you." Happy Pride Month, everybody. I'm a gay man, just to be clear. That is not me just like, I'm voicing my opinions while no one can hear. It's happy Pride.
Don't let him fool you. He's the only one here who's married. Don't let him fool you.
No, I'm married to a man.
His name is Jesus Christ.
No. All right. Lock in. Everybody lock in. Where last we left off. All of our heroes, our adventurers, our mercenaries, whatever you may call yourselves at this time, are all together here in Codsbreath. They've been here in town for a bit less than a week, taking care of things to line their pockets, make sure that they are well prepared for the next leg of their journey. In the time that they've been here, they have kind of become heroes of necessity for the town. The first thing that they did was win the local fishing competition, securing a nice check for themselves and contributing to the town's economy afterwards. Until some bodies washed up on the shore, at which point our heroes absconded with Noka, Ethan's character's cousin's boat, off to an island of harpies to get revenge. One of the bodies that washed ashore, one of the only survivors, Eleanor, told them that her bird had guided them incorrectly while they were out fishing. One of the goals of the party, as well as vanquishing these harpies, was to recollect this dear pet of Eleanor. They slew the harpies with some grandiose fashion and recovered the pet. Out of some suspicion from our warlock, a couple small moments that were picked up on, a series of eldritch blasts turned that precious macaw into the shape of a vile sea hag. Eleanor hardly had time to react as the party returned to the shore with the bird in tow, Marcy the macaw. And the transformation happened right there, leading to a very public battle with a hag on the docks of Codsbreath. A series of hold person spells, a lucky grab from the hag, snatching the charm around Noka's neck, a lightning bolt, a lightning fast series of punches and stabs with a spear, I believe, as well as a cast of spirit guardians from our friendly cleric. What do Noka's spirit guardians look like?
Noka's spirit guardians are the spirits of his ancestors who came before him in the Talamagatu tribe, some of which had died far in the past and some of which were not too long ago murdered in the what am I trying to say? By the Azanthian Sultanate, in the
Mhm.
name of the war against Aramai.
Mhm.
So there are these other Goliaths, all with their own unique trades, and all deeply rooted and connected to Noka through a family lineage.
As the hag stands there, long fingers, horrid nails outstretched, fingertips black and smoldering from the crackle of lightning. Zellar, who was standing directly behind Noka, you watch the Goliath take this enormous burst of energy and fall to his knees. In that moment, all of the spirits summoned by Noka push forward in a single flash of golden light. As soon as Noka topples and his head hits the ground, the spirits disappear, leaving this lingering bright spot in your eye. And as soon as it resolves, you see the hag, outstretched, spread eagle on the deck, seaweed and flesh scattered around its body. Barbaric spirits gone, but the job done nonetheless. The spirit guardians from Noka at the start of the hag's turn that I forgot to calculate was enough to finish it off. You see on the deck, clutched loosely in the dead hag's grip, the rope charm from around Noka's neck that was given to him by Tenna, who in turn received it from Shinar, his grandmother. The bone charm is undamaged. Noka is dying, for lack of a better term.
Does anyone have better medicine than me?
Anybody good at medicine? I've got a +1.
You
I have a
watch
plus
as
4.
It was
You're the guy.
as the
Okay.
crowd had kind of there were people in the town square when you arrived. They were waiting for you to return from the Harpies Island. And as soon as this conflict broke out, many ran for cover. And you see darting from around the edge of a shallow brick wall, right next to Luciva, and then running down the dock, is Tenna, who immediately falls to his brother's side and holds his body up as best he can, his unconscious body. Jeritos, you have a +4, you said? You want to make a medicine check to try to stabilize him?
Yeah, as quick as
I'm gonna-
Jeritos can, he grabs the charm out of the hag's hand because he's
Yep.
right next to her, and he goes, "This does not belong to you," and rushes to Noka's side. Let's see if he can do this.
Can I assist him by adding more hands to try and stem the bleeding? Oh,
That is a 19.
there you go.
19.
Not needed.
You can assist if you want to roll it with advantage. Just to see.
I'll do it for the fun. Why not? Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Do it. The natural 20
That's
is
a
gonna
that's a
happen.
nat 20 on that second.
You're kidding! You're kidding me! I love it here.
Does this Doctor Strange? Boom.
Yeah, I literally just and then just put my hands on him and
Through an extreme knowledge of interconnectedness, sinew, and nerve endings, you are... Yeah, Noka, you have 1 HP. You're back with 1 HP. You're able to stimulate a series of retractions in his body, forces his lungs to exhale. His diaphragm expands, and they inhale. And Noka, you sit up bleary, and your head is pounding. You guys see across the center of Noka's chest, there's this black scorch mark, and the veins themselves, all up to his shoulders and down to his waist, are bruised.
we're gonna pretend Jeritos just kind of holds up your necklace and he's like, "I believe this is yours." Ignore the Toyota logo.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a
sponsor.
Not a
Not
sponsor.
sponsored.
That's
Not
fine,
sponsored.
I wish. That'd be crazy.
Noka is blinking awake in this very moment, suddenly brought back from being on the doors of death, sees the amulet swinging above him, and just first instinct is he knows how critically important it is. So no ill intention against Jeratos, but like snatches it as hard as he can, being weak and on the ground, incapacitated as he is, and then clutches it down to his chest like this as he's just like laying back on the dock, waves still crashing dramatically behind him, and he's just like, okay, we are good.
Tenna looks up at the rest of you and he goes, what the hell happened here?
So, funny thing about hags, they love to play games, and the bird was the game. Oh, the harpies are dead, by the way, too. We hold up the heads.
You see, in the way back, like way back, almost as far away as he can possibly be with you retaining line of sight, you see Diabolus just goes.
Love that guy.
Oh,
He's a piece of shit, but I love him.
he's our lovable bastard.
They're a level bastard all the way.
Tenna sees that you are alive, Noka, and he kind of helps you slowly to your feet. Hags. Shinar. Do you think...
There's too much that we don't know yet. It might be hags. It could be anything.
Oh, I fear in this moment we are not equipped to deal with whatever may come next. I suppose we should retire to the inn for now and formulate what comes next.
If I may ask the locals, are hags out here normal?
There's like this very skinny, tall, just kind of wiry human man steps up. Very, very short hair, short beard. I've been here for going on 20 years. I think I can speak for everyone when I say if this were a common issue, I probably wouldn't be here.
Is Eleanor anywhere in line of sight?
Eleanor is sitting on the beach right now. The bird was on her shoulder when Luciva blasted it. So she's just like sitting. Her hands are behind her, supporting her body.
Mm-hmm. Can I sit down next to her? And the first thing I would ask is, how's Peter?
Fine. He's in the inn upstairs. I
And
can't
how are
believe
you?
it. I'm fine. I just can't believe it.
You didn't know?
All this time. She's been in my family. That was my mother's bird.
I suppose it's not surprising that a hag would be willing to go to such lengths for their own ends, but never seen anything like this before. Never ran off on you, never
Yes,
did
I mean
anything unsightly.
she's a bird. She would go away and come back. I never thought anything of it. Much less a hag. I mean, I thought she was very smart and perhaps a little peculiar at times, but we're in Aramai. We're surrounded by fae. Normally it's charming or harmless. What does this mean?
Well, I'm afraid we don't know, other than there's clearly more happening around here than anyone seems to know. But I do believe that you'll be safe here. You and Peter. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to make sure that nothing stands in the way of that.
I'm gonna go check on him right now.
Please do.
If that's all right. And I'm going to check on my friends in the graveyard. We buried them this morning. Right after you
Sorry.
left.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Gyarados
my
kind of
God.
walks over.
She
Gyarados
stands.
walks over and just puts his hand on her shoulder very gently and just says, "The Fae are very famous far and wide for their trickery. Even the wisest among us often fall prey to their pranks. And oftentimes their pranks tend to do more damage than the humor they provide. You are not wrong to have trusted this bird, just as we were not wrong to have trusted them. Do not blame yourself for that which is out of your control."
You know, I don't think I could exactly take one. I don't necessarily blame myself either, but she looks over the body, she walks over to it, and she just kicks it as hard as she can. This one, whether she did it herself or not, is responsible for the death of 4 of my good friends and that sweet boy's parents.
And together you and Peter are now joined in this trauma together. It is important for the two of you to be there for one another, for you are all that remains of this tragic tale, and only you two can keep the story alive of those that you have lost.
Maybe eventually that will be enough for me, but it's not right now. And she turns around and she paces off towards the inn.
As the crowd kind of dissipates,
Yeah.
Lucifer is gonna walk towards the body of the hag.
Okay.
Just kind of stare at it for a little bit. He's gonna use the tip of his boot and he's gonna lift up the hag's chin.
Mhm.
Do I know of either the coven this hag may have belonged to, or any notoriety with this hag? You know, if this hag's maybe had a name or has been known to do some deeds in the past?
I'm just gonna. I won't even make you roll for it. No.
Gotcha.
No. There's not been any notable or recorded hag activity here in the last 70 years, maybe longer.
Gotcha. I will then proceed to search the hag for any clues or any
Okay.
magic items.
You just find the iron fingernail that Marcy was clutching when you found her.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Well, I'm famished. Anybody want to go do something?
Yeah, I think rest might be in order, particular for dear Noka here. You doing all right?
Perhaps doctor's visit or other medical attention is warranted.
Play you a song if you want, but we can do that on the way.
Everybody make a perception check for me.
Oh,
With a
Eight.
capital
Jared.
P, that's going to be an
Oh, 8 too.
unnatural 20.
Nice.
Jared.
Nice.
Did everybody else roll below a
Senses
10?
are high. Adrenaline
I
is
rolled
still
below a 10.
coursing through his veins.
Did anybody
rolled
roll
a-
higher than a 15 other than Ethan?
Oh, let me refresh. D&D just crashed.
Cute.
I rolled a nat 1 and it crashed D&D Beyond for me.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Gyarados is dead.
Gyarados, you are, as you
Time to
guys
get
are
out my backup character.
walking over to the tavern, Gyarados, you're enraptured by Zellar's pen pipe playing. It's a jaunty little jig, I assume.
Oh, for sure.
trying to keep spirits high.
Does not fit the mood of the town right now whatsoever, but
Luciva, you are helping Noka. Like Noka's arm is over your shoulder. Noka, as you guys are like turning the corner to walk through the front door of the inn, you just happen to look left. You can see down the road to that glade where you first found the hag trail, over on the far side of town. And you can see sitting on the rubble of the decrepit wall, a little cat. A black cat with one eye. It's just watching you as you enter the inn.
And Noka feels like this is something that's out of place. Probably not the kind of thing that belongs there. Could be a natural occurrence.
Yeah, that followed.
Oh, because Noka didn't see it before. Noka was chasing Grandma.
No.
But you catch that, Noka. You're the only one who does. And as you guys turn around the corner, you enter into the inn and you see Forend standing behind the desk. Tall, lanky, elven character. He looks kind of sheepish as you enter and he goes, "Is everyone doing all right?"
No, Forend, I do not feel good and I need rest.
I see. I can have if rest is all you need, feel free to take the rooms that you had last night. Don't worry about gold or anything like that. Yes, Geratos.
Forend, my friend, are you well? You seem quite frazzled this evening.
It was just a bit of an experience down by the docks, that's all.
Could I make an insight check into
for sure.
Forend's mental state right now?
For
I'll
sure.
also do the same. I'll vibe check him as well.
That's a 21.
Oh, geez,
21,
he's
okay.
gonna know.
Probably
He's
the
gonna
most
know.
paranoid adventuring party ever.
I've rolled like an 8. So
He says, just an experience down at the dock, and as you just kind of like narrow your eyes at him. He just like keeps talking. You can tell like the silence is not enough for him. So he goes, "It's just peculiar. Not all fey creatures are violent, and it's part of the natural beauty of Aramai and the town. I would hate for such a thing to sully the reputation of Cod's Breath. And also, I would hate for perhaps any malign fey creatures to come destroy the natural beauty that passive interlopers help bring to this place."
like cats.
It's not exactly what I was thinking, but sure. I mean, cats and there are these beautiful purple cats that they fade in and out of the trees, and blink dogs come through the forest occasionally. They're friendly and they can lead hunters. There are granted some kind of larger beasties, but they're not evil.
I fear the force that
hags are evil.
I fear the force that we are dealing with now is not the friendly one that you may be accustomed to, my friend Forend.
No, I'm afraid it's quite not. And you know you know what they say about hags. And Geratos, he's like sweating. Because where there's one, there's bound to be more.
Do you fear retaliation, my friend?
He grabs your collar and he pulls you across the counter and he goes, "I'm from the Feywild. And I'm scared they're going to try to take me for something bad." And he lets go.
My dear Forend, your fear is understandable. If it would assuage these fears, I myself do not require much sleep. I could simply stand watch this evening to ensure that no ill befalls you as my friends rest.
I myself only need 4 hours as well, as you can tell. So certainly we can sit up and maybe play a game of chess or read or something.
Absolutely, and I can maybe perhaps even show you ways that which you can defend yourself in case I am not here to help.
Perhaps. I'm not much of a fighter, but perhaps.
Very well. And Zarathustra just kind of turns like, all right, friends, please take Noka to rest and allow him to recover and recuperate. May we help ourselves to tonight's meal, dear Foran.
Well, the chefs do need money. The rooms are free, but there will be, well, you know, go to the bar and place an order. They'll bring it out.
Absolutely. And the rest... Yeah, what's up?
Noka is recalling when he killed an entire bear and he smoked all of the bear meat. He sold that to Foran though, right? That's why he was there? Okay, cool. I was about to say, I don't know if I hoarded any and left it for myself, but if there was any that I had set aside, I would have most definitely offered it to the party in that moment.
I'll run you a discount on the bear meat.
How much?
2 silver. Normally it's 5. We'll do it for 3. How about that?
Per person?
Yeah.
I give him a gold piece.
So
keep the change.
Wait. This is actually, you're still 2 silver short for 4 orders of bear meat. It'd be,
I said
wait,
keep
3.
the change.
Make a persuasion check.
Silver piece is 10, or 1 gold piece is 10 silver pieces.
Yes, it'd be 12 for all of you to eat.
There's
That's
only
8.
4 of us.
There's only 4.
Yeah, 3 silver per.
No,
You said
I
2.
thought you said
You said
discount
2
to
silver.
He said, I'll take 2 silver off. It's normally 5. I'll do it for 3.
I did.
But just make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion.
I'll do it. Yeah.
We want to steal from Foran.
I mean, if anyone's going to try, 22.
Oh, we're stealing from 4.
22. he takes the gold and he goes, "You're still whatever. It's fine." And he pockets the gold.
Keep the change.
Keep the change.
Robs you blind and keep the change. Winky face.
I genuinely meant to do a nice thing. I would like the records to show. But
No, this matches Zellar so much better.
yeah. I think
so
Zellar
much.
truly believes that he just did him a favor because he did the math wrong too.
Just Zellar things.
All right. So you guys head to the bar. It's brought out with like home fried diced potatoes. And that's pretty much it. There's not like a ton of variety in Cod's Breath, but dry bear jerky seasoned with like a light gravy and some potatoes.
Noka like wheezing, half alive, scraping food into his mouth, and then trudging up the stairs to get to his room and shutting the door.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just like quickly talk to Forend and just ask, are there any other Fae you know in town? This isn't meant to be a witch hunt. This is purely for our understanding. We've had some unfortunate run-ins with Fae ourselves. We know that's not all of them, but we need to know more, if possible.
Make another persuasion check.
That's fair. 17.
17?
Mhm.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, all right. He looks at you, kind of like... He looks at you like he really wants to tell you, but you see him struggling with it for a moment. Until the lobby is fully clear. At which point he leans over to you and he goes, "Okay, well, do you remember Ruby, the tavern maid?"
Afraid I don't, but...
She's been around. She was down at the docks giving everyone water when those bodies washed up on shore. Do you remember Saggy, the chef?
Yes.
Big fellow.
Yeah. So this is sort of a place of respite for them.
You could call it that.
Coven?
Did you say coven? No.
Sorry, I don't
No.
mean to be offensive if...
It's okay. No. I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna tell you a secret that I have kept for many years. And you can't tell anyone, okay? If you write a song about it, which you can do that. I give you permission to immortalize me in a song. You just, if anybody ever asks who it's written about, just make something up.
Of course. I'm very good at that.
Okay. He looks around, and he turns into Saggy, the human chef. And he turns into Ruby, the barmaid, and then turns back into Forand. It's just me.
No wonder you're so stressed all the time.
I have a lot of things I have to do. It's easier if it's fun. I like it a lot. It's just kind of fun to do, but it also, I guess it could help now if there's more people that might be Fae and they think that they're all different.
Mm.
And they, if somebody's after Saggy, well, Saggy just won't show up anymore.
You're smart, Foran.
Been here a while.
I hope you feel safe while we're around.
I feel safer.
That's good. I'm gonna go off to bed.
Get some rest.
If you need anything else from me, if you think of anything else that might help us with the whole hag situation, whatever might be happening out in the water, you just let us know.
I'll brainstorm while I'm up here.
Sounds good.
Okay, go away. You've been up here too long.
And then I stand there for like another minute until
People are gonna get suspicious. Stella, you can't. No.
fully laying on the desk, legs kicking up. I leave.
Uncomfortably close, just
The sun is now fully set at this point. Luciva, do you have anything you want to do before you rest?
Luciva will just grab a drink and or whatever food that we're eating. We'll go ahead and just trot on up to their room. And
Bear
we'll shut the
jerky and a
door.
nice beer, a nice room
That's
temperature
exactly
beer.
just literally in the jammies, just walking over, and they're gonna go ahead and they'll shut the door. They'll kick their feet up. They'll put the beer down. They'll put the jerky down. Ah, this is going to be so much fun. And we'll cut it there.
As you kick your head back and you go, this is going to be so much fun. You see all of the shadows in the corner of your room that are dancing from the candle. They all just right into the corner. And the corner is pitch black. You can't even see the edge of the room. And then two long arms reach out of the darkness, grab one of the bottom bedposts, grabs the other bottom bedpost, and the silver mask just barely leans into the candlelight. Good opportunity to grab some goodies, Luciva.
Oh, there'll be plenty.
I'll
You do
be
know I have a
watching.
door.
You silly boy. I'm always here.
That's
And then the shadows just disperse again across the room. Noka, do you have anything you want to do before you just pass out fully armored and clothed on the bed?
I mean, yeah, Noka would take off his armor and stuff like that.
Okay,
But
okay.
other than that, his mind is reeling He's thinking about all the things that he said. In the moment, he wanted to grill Forand about being a person of Fey origin and the things that happened to his grandmother, and also the implication of seeing this sort of weird one-eyed cat. Not even really sure if he saw it because he was like half alive. But ultimately, it just culminates in a deep-seated weariness, and once his stomach is full, it's just lights out.
All these thoughts swimming in your mind as you drift off to sleep. Jaratos, what would you like to do with Forand in the early hours of the morning?
So the first thing that Jaratos would do, since they got back from the island, is he would remove the painting he made from the last session, and he would toss it into the fire.
Okay.
And then what he would do is he would go up to Forand and be like, "Forand, tell me, my friend, have you ever looked inward to find your truest self within?" I believe we could both meditate from some meditation. I'm sensing a lot of anxiety within you, and I believe that we can really work through these things through careful practice and study.
The concept of truest self has been a bit difficult for me, but I suppose I'm down for anything, so sure.
Absolutely, friend. Then let us engage in some careful and some careful meditative practices together. Tell me, do you have any mantras? And we can just kind of fade away as we go into the mantra discussion.
Okay, great. Go ahead and just make a general wisdom check for me.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's a 7.
It's bad. Okay. You can tell that as you're like helping guide him through this meditation, he's not really getting it. He is trying, but he's like tense. He's like scrunching up, trying to. It's just not. And you just kind of keep going through the motions, up until the fairly early hours when you're just getting ready to turn in. You're going through your last like mantra with him, and you're interrupted by the sound of jingling bells outside. Your eyes snap open, as do Forand's. And while you're expecting to see, because you don't immediately know what it is, and Forand's discussion, you're expecting to see a look of maybe surprise or fear on his face, he looks absolutely delighted. And he goes, "Oh, Jaratos, go get your friends."
Are you safe if I leave you here alone?
This is fine. You'll be right outside. Trust me. Go get your friends. Hang on. You go. And Forand steps outside.
Okay, yeah, Jaratos goes upstairs and like rushes and just like quickly like bangs on everyone's doors to like wake everyone up.
Okay. Mechanically, this won't interrupt your long rests, so don't worry about that.
Taking a long rest.
Does everybody get up?
Oh, I did not long rest, just making sure, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
You have 4
Okay.
hours, I think, as an elf, so you don't have
Yeah,
to...
you were about to go to bed, but this just happened.
Okay.
Everybody comes to the door. Oh, hang on. I'm sending the stream link to a friend. Wait for it. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Conductor, when it's about
Yes.
to hit the crescendo, just...
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Everybody blearily stumbles to their bedroom door. Opening it up, you guys see Jaratos beckoning you down the hallway. Following him to the sound of jingling bells outside, you guys step out into the street, cautiously, and there you see Forand in front of an enormous cart. Enormous, but it's a 2-wheeled cart with like handles on it for pushing. It's just shelves built onto the cart and then a bunch of things just strapped onto the sides by ropes.
I want to draw 3 from the deck of many cards.
So, and that's the end of the campaign. No. Forand is chatting cheerfully with a satyr who is pushing the cart. And Noka, you immediately remember Tenna saying that he bought those headphones off of a goat man at the market. And they stop their conversation, and Forand goes, these are... that's not his accent. Ooh, these are my friends. Fellows, you remember how I said there are some whimsical, cheery, fun things that happen because of our proximity to Fey Crossings? Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna go back inside, but if you have any spare change, now's probably the time. And he heads back into the inn. And you see the satyr drops a cart, leans up against one of the handles, and lights a pipe. And he goes, "Loose change."
Well, you got a few. What's
All right.
for sale?
I mean, I have quite a menagerie of elaborate and exotic goods that people tend to get a real kick out of. Generally, I like trading in things like party favors or tricks and little traps and things. But I also, sorry, I keep losing the accent. I also have some items for the more discerning, adventuring customer. Shall I go over my inventory?
Please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please do.
Sure. Well, fellows, what are we generally looking for here, if I might say? Is there anything that's maybe been on your minds recently? Anything you're particularly curious about owning? Or you there, tall fellow?
Noka digs into his bag and he pulls he doesn't pull them out of his bag. He just opens the bag that he has them in and shows it to him. And he says, "How much will you give me for this many gems?" Because I have the gems that I got while I was raiding the Harpy camp. You described it as being, and I'm quoting you here, 60 gold of gems.
He takes a look
did
at it and
say
he
that.
goes, "I could use those. I'll give you 60 gold for him."
70 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
All right, let's see. Noka looks like a half-wit and clearly does not know what he's talking about. I rolled a 9.
He goes, "You got it." Pulls out a coin pouch, puts it in your hand. Takes the gems. 70 gold in there for sure. Puts the gem back on the cart.
Noka nods, feeling appeased with himself for being such an excellent negotiator, and puts the gold in the rest of his
I
gold.
pat
To
Noka
be-
on the leg for sure.
Go ahead and add 60 gold to your inventory, Noka.
Very nice.
You really got him, King.
I would love something that would wow me. That would really make you say, "Whoa! I can't believe I found something so peculiar in such a remote location."
Oh. So you're going straight for the particularly shocking and perhaps unsettling.
Oh, absolutely. The more unsettling, the better.
How about this? And he pulls out a little glass, and it's just got like a saran wrap almost over the lid. It doesn't even have like a proper seal. It's a saran wrap with like a rubber band and a couple holes poked in it. And he goes, "How about this?" Shakes it around. You look inside. You see this little, like, it's probably about 3 inches long. It's kind of a dark gray and brown mottled segmented insectoid centipede looking thing.
I hate it.
I'll put it in your brain.
What does it do?
Right. Well, after wriggling into your brain and fusing with one of your lobes, you can read minds. And also assail your opponents with some unsettling visions. I'll give it to you. Standardly speaking, I'd sell it for about 75 gold pieces, but I'll give it to you for half off if you let me pick which side of your brain it goes into. You can either pick the left lobe, right, creative side. No, other way around. You can either pick the left lobe, nice and logical, perhaps let it nibble on that a bit, or your creative side, right, your right brain, let it nibble on that a bit, see what happens.
If I may offer a small bit of wisdom, being from the astral plane, my people are well versed in dealing with threats quite existential. And the last time I heard of any insects crawling into any brains, I do believe that it was quite mind flaying, if you will.
Right, promise, it's not an elephant parasite. It's a bit different.
A bit.
A bit different.
Shake
Just
on
a
it.
bit is your reassurance.
It
Shake
won't,
on it.
Yeah, it won't turn you into an elithid, swear.
Oh.
I
Say
mean,
it
you
is
swore.
truth. Say it is honest.
Satyrs honest.
I'd be quite frankly, I'm tempted, but 38 gold for this. I'm of course going to let you pick the side of my brain. I'd let you put it in, but is it really worth it? Could you meet me at, I don't know, 30 gold?
Man, I'm already giving you half off. Make a persuasion check.
Can I give him the help by like talking to him, being like, 30 still seems kind of steep. Like I don't know if you.
Sure, make it with advantage.
I like how none of us really know each other well enough at this point to be like, we
18.
need to talk each other out of this decision. It's just like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's your life. Do what you want.
He goes,
Yeah.
so it's 38. You said 30. I'll do 33.
33.
Lowest I'll go.
Lowest you'll
Absolute
go.
lowest.
Okay. Zilla, can you pawn me 13 gold, and then the next adventure we go on, you get my share?
I got you. I give you the 13.
Oh, hey, wait, real quick. Do you want to say you gave I forgot to do
We
this.
absolutely gave the harpy heads.
The harpy heads to Diabolos, and
harpy
he would have
heads.
paid
And-
you. He would have paid you.
50 each for success as well.
Yes.
So in total, you guys received as a group 260 gold pieces.
How much
I
is
think
that
this was-
Split
individually?
Split 4 ways. 260.
We can't do
that's
math.
what-
65.
We are an adventuring party. There's
Yeah,
no math to be done
65.
here.
65 apiece.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will pay the 33 on my end.
33. Great. Go ahead and lay on your right side.
Excellent.
And he flicks your earlobe and then drops the worm in your left ear canal. You feel it crawl and wriggle through your brain or your ear until it reaches the eardrum. Chews through that. Incredibly painful.
Oh!
Slips. There's almost a sense of great relief as it slips from the inner ear canal into the inside of your skull. And it tickles, and then it feels like TV static on the left side of your brain. Paige, you should be able to find this on D&D Beyond. It's an earworm.
Oh, this is so
Ah.
cool. Alright.
It's like the
Magic.
babblefish.
If you can't find it, let me know and I'll tell you what it does.
I got it.
Cool.
At-
Read it to me. Make sure that the charges and everything are the same.
To attune to this symbiote, you must hold it against your skin behind your ear in the entire attunement period, whereupon it burrows into your head and bonds to your skull. While the earworm is inside you, you can speak, read, and write deep speech. Huge!
Yep. Yep.
Earworm has 4 charges, so you can cast the following. Expend it from it. Detect thoughts. Dissonant whispers. Each time the earworm casts a detect thought spell, it sends the information gleaned to the nearest. That doesn't sound good. To the nearest earworm until it reaches a Dale cure.
Don't worry about all that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see if it doesn't know what
read
that is.
part.
Absolutely gonna. No negative consequences whatsoever. As it melts to the skull. Lucifer just, oh, good. One more voice to add to the cacophony.
And
Excellent,
Luciva gains a flaw.
excellent. Ooh.
You are more likely to be impulsive rather than pursue the
Oh,
logical or strategic option.
I love you guys. You guys are fucked.
As the reasoning side of your brain is slowly being turned into a snack for this creature. To be clear, it won't eat through your whole brain. It won't kill you, and the that amount of judgment that is impaired is ultimately up to you. It's not going to be like every second of every day,
No.
but in the fight or flight moments where adrenaline is pumping, you're just going to go.
I thought it was going to be a reduction to his int score. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, genuinely.
Eh,
I thought it was going to be
No, I
like
like
minus
this
one enter.
better.
He goes,
Yeah.
"That's awesome.
Sure.
That is fantastic. All right, so I got that right. Okay, sure. I've got more things too. Let's see, fellas. We are in a seaside town. I don't know if you've ever been out in the water and the great waves cresting over your boat, threatening to flip you into the churning abyss. Well, and he pulls up a little mesh bag, and you can see. Let's see. You can see. Oh, it's not mesh. Actually, it's like a solid leather bag, and he shakes it around. It sounds like there's sand in there and one slightly heavier thing. He goes, "You throw a little bit of this onto that wave that's threatening to crash your vessel, and that wave is just suddenly gone. Matter of fact." He opens it up and pulls out a little marble, and he goes, turns it into one of these. You can use this later. Puts it back in the bag. This is called Dust of Dryness. It's got 5 pinches and 1 marble. You can turn a pool of water 15 feet on any side into a marble that can be shattered to bring the water flowing back. If thrown on a creature made of water, it will deal 6d6 necrotic damage on a failed constitution save. Half on a success.
I suppose we'll have to keep this away from what's his name, Fluso.
Oh, yeah, this would
Yeah,
kill
we-
Fluso probably instantly.
We do know water, fella. That might be in poor taste to keep on a person.
I do suppose I don't want to have that near me whenever I'm near a dear friend like that.
Right, this is actually pretty... This goes for a lot. This is pretty hot for sailors to have. So I'll give it to you for 50% off if you could fly up into the sky, find a storm cloud, tell it a real sad story, get it to cry some authentic tears, and put them in a glass bottle for me.
That's to get a discount.
Right. I'll also give it to you for free if you prank the absolute shit out of Diabolus Greymane in his own home during the day. And also, if you tell me a riddle that absolutely stumps me, I'll play with the price a little more. That goes for anything, really. I just love riddles.
Noka is racking his brain for a riddle right now and can't think of a single thing.
Stellar can't
No
believe
thoughts
the
in his
flying into the sky thing is half off, and just a good riddle is completely free.
That's the
No,
fame.
the prank makes it free. The riddle is an additional discount.
Oh, okay.
An additional discount on top of free. That's what you're forgetting.
So he actually pays you.
I mean, if you
to-
prank him, he might.
Yes. Let's do it.
might.
See what
Prank
we
him,
can-
John.
Can we get back to you on that one?
Here's what we could do. We can make a promise that you'll do it in the next week.
Jeez.
I mean,
I mean, I suppose.
you have an
the-
in, Jeritos.
Yeah, the prank would be the easiest solution. I suppose I just can't think of a good prank right now to do for old Diabolus.
Well, you'll have a week to think about it. All we have to do is shake on it.
Would anyone care to
Leave
shake
the
with the
prank.
satyr?
Leave the prank to me. If somebody wants to shake with a satyr, I can think of a good prank. For Diabolus, easy.
The guy who just put a worm in his brain. All right.
Who's shaking?
You know what? This is a kind of impulsive decision. I'll
You
shake.
shake. He goes, and as you shake his hand, you guys watch vines creep from under
Yep.
the satyr's skin onto the back of Luciva's hand, and then down into his skin and twist up his arm, and then they're gone. And he goes, right, you have a week. Here's that dust. Hands you the bag.
All right.
I've got something else. I've got a couple other things. Who likes burning stuff?
I can't deny that.
Right?
Usually
right?
not me. I'm more of the kind of guy who likes for things to grow, but sometimes the burning is the part of the growing. So
Check this out. And he opens a box with this gigantic, clunky gold ring. Puts it on his pinky. It's a pinky ring. And it's got this wide face that basically covers all the way up to the first knuckle. And he goes, Kazow! And then a scorching ray shoots out of the pinky ring into the dirt.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I do quite like that.
75 gold. Or 50% off if you name each scorching ray blast like a child and you have to say goodbye to them when they hit.
How many?
If they miss, it's 3. If they miss, they'll come back to you, and you have to keep track of their name for the next time. If you forget, they won't work.
Oh, that's a treat.
So goofy.
Yeah. How about 25?
I treat
So that's
all of
66% off.
everything in nature has a name.
I
and
understand.
I remember the name of many things. I will follow this deal if you give me the 50% off.
Ooh. Sorry, ZR. Your friend's smarter than you. 38 gold for the pinky ring?
Absolutely.
He hands you the pinky ring, takes 38 gold from you.
All
And then
of the
which is
scorching
LR?
rays will be named Steven. Steven 1, Steven 2, Steven 3.
And he also
I want you
shakes
to know-
your hand. He shakes your hand and the same thing happens.
Noka claps goes to pat Zelar on the back, and it's more like a clap, and he goes, "Sorry, little man. Should have been faster next time."
I mean, hey, excited to see you forget a name.
Right. I got one more fancy thing I think you lot would like. From what I've been able to garner from our little interaction here. He pulls out a large burlap bag. It's probably about like this big. Looks fairly heavy and bulbous. Like there's a bunch of small spheres in there. Check this out.
It's 100 ball bearings.
Let me guess. There's
He-
actually a bunch of spheres in there.
Reaches into the bag, blindly grabs a sphere that's about the size of his hand. It's this little fluffy ball.
It's a trigger
Throws
from
it.
Star Trek.
The ball spins through the air, hits the dirt. As soon as it does, expands into a giant weasel. He goes, "Oh, I actually haven't seen that one before. Come here, come here." And the giant weasel skitters over and like hinds up on its rear legs, and it's taller than him. And he goes, "Holy shit!" Here, reaches into like a different aspect of his cart, pulls out like a head of cabbage, tosses it to the weasel. Weasels are predators, aren't they? They're carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
The weasel bats the cabbage away, and he goes, "No, I don't know shit about weasels." It's called a bag of tricks. You'll get a different thing, kind of. Not every time, but like, you know, most of the time it'll probably switch up. It'll be a weasel, or last time I threw it was a baboon. That one was actually terrifying.
Is it actually a weasel? Is it?
Yeah.
It is a weasel by name.
It is
Even
a
though
weasel
way larger.
by
than
name?
what
It's a
weasel
giant
should be.
weasel. Giant weasel. It's a giant weasel, which is a real thing.
Oh, okay. So this
Yeah.
is not like a weirdly modified animal. This is just one of the naturally occurring
No,
animals.
so from what I've gotten so far, giant weasel now, I've thrown a black bear, I've thrown a baboon, I've thrown a jackal, and I've thrown a tiger. There are others.
It's so cool there are just Pokemon in this game. That's awesome.
That is really cool.
I'll sell it to you for 75 gold. But of course you want to know what I'll cut it half off for, right?
No, I'll just take it
You-
for 75 gold. You can skip the. You can just
All
skip
right.
that part.
All right, sure. And he gives you the bag for 75 gold.
Negotiating, Jack.
Everybody subtract that money from their inventory as they're paying. He goes, all right, something else you guys might be interested in. Oh, yeah. And he pulls out a tattoo gun. We do tattoos.
How much for that?
Anybody looking to make a night in God's breath they won't forget? Well, I'll do any of the tattoos for 50 gold apiece.
What, is there a half off?
Yeah, it depends on which one you want. I mean, so look, I can do 4 right now pretty well. I'm still practicing, but I've got a barrier tattoo, which will make your armor class, as nose starts to bleed, it'll make your armor class 12 plus your dexterity modifier, even if you're wielding a shield, as long as you're not wearing armor. I've got, and I'll do that one half off, if you name your greatest fear and promise to face it within a week.
Jesus.
Insight check on his nose bleeding, please.
That's what happens every time I your armor class will be 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
This is the
explodes.
The Matrix is breaking down. It's
Geratos's nose also starts to bleed. What happens if my default armor class is already 12?
Well, then it probably wouldn't be great for you.
Not worth it.
I can do an Eldritch Claw tattoo, which gives your punches an additional 15-foot range and 1d6 force damage. You can activate it once a day. You get it for a minute.
That's really good, Jericho.
Or is it? Wait, is it a minute or is it once? Hang on. Wait. Let me read this.
Unfortunately, that is
item.
quite literally my main ability already. I already do that.
Well, I don't punch.
My punches already have range and do force damage.
Hang on, let me look something up here.
Punch. However, punching is very appealing to me, and it's one of the things I like to do.
I'm waiting for it to load. It's just taking forever.
My nose is bleeding quite aggressively now.
Wait, but what's your range, Jeritos? Because the 15-foot range might genuinely be worth it.
I think mine when my astral arms are out, my punches become 15 feet in range. Let me double check. Arms, astral self. Spectral arms.
All right, this is taking forever. I'm looking it up on my phone.
Yeah, let me pull it up. It's Arms of the Astral Self.
Eldritch Claw, 5e. All right. Is it just Wikidot? What's going on here?
I think Wikidot's down because I also can't open Wikidot.
Okay.
Our copious amount of viewers is trying to look it up for us and
Oh yeah?
crash the site, I believe.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
We will simply go to D&D Beyond.
10 feet. I found the... Okay,
nice. More like wee wah woo wah wee wah. Nice.
My reach is 5 feet greater than normal when the arms are out.
So 10. So here's okay. While a tattoo is on your skin, your unarmed strikes are considered magical for the purposes of overcoming immunity and resistance to non-magical attacks, which your astral self arms will do, but this will do to your regular arms before you activate that. It'll also give you a +1 bonus to all your punches.
Just like
as a bonus
flat
action.
+1.
Flat +1 across the board. Eldritch Maul. As a bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, each of your melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can reach up to 15 feet away from you, so an additional 5 feet, as inky tendrils launch towards the target. In addition, your melee attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage on hit.
Okay, now here's the thing
That's
about that.
so good. Can we all get that tattoo?
Yes.
As a group.
I
need to
metagame a little bit because I just want to understand. I'm a card gamer. I'm a TCG player.
Dude, hit me with it.
Specific language is important to me. So, Arms of the Astral Self is specifically worded to be 5 feet greater than normal. If I have that tattoo, then my normal is 15 feet. So then it would be 20 feet, right?
Sure.
If I have both the Astral Self activated and the tattoo activated.
You have to activate Astral Self and then the tattoo.
Yeah, but the Astral
Self. Or no, other way
action.
around. You have to activate tattoo as a bonus action, and then you have to activate Astral Self as a bonus action on your next turn.
Yeah.
How long does Astral
Self? To be clear,
Self
you
last?
can all get this.
1 minute. It also lasts.
Oh,
1
so
minute.
you would have it for full combat.
I'd have it for full combat. Actually, no, sorry. Astral Self is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost me.
You're absolutely in the
That's
clear.
my job. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's tattoo number 2. All right.
Oh, what was the first one?
Well, no, I mean, like the first one was the first one you told us about, wasn't it?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Eldritch one,
Yeah, the
right?
protection
The
over your
barrier
AC
tattoo.
12.
Then this one's
Yeah.
Eldritch Claw. He goes, I've got two more. I've got a Coiling Grasp tattoo, which you can activate as an action to exude wild, inky, plant-like tendrils from your arm. 15-foot range, DC 14 strength saving throw, or the target is grappled and takes 3d6 force damage. They have to use their action to escape. It ends if you move more than 15 feet away from the target. You can only use it once per turn to grapple one creature, but there is no limit on the amount of times you can use it, I believe. Double checking that.
And also, once they're grappled, is that a continuous damage if they don't escape?
I don't think so. I think that it's just the burst. I'm gonna read the tattoo right now, though. Grasping tendrils. While the tattoo is on your skin, you can, as an action, with no amount of times per day, just whenever you want as an action on your turn, cause the tattoo to exude into inky tendrils, which reach for a creature you can see within 15 feet of you. They must succeed on a strength saving throw, take 3d6 force damage, and be grappled. As an action, they can escape the grapple by succeeding on a DC 14 strength or dexterity check. The grapple also ends if you halt it, no action required, if the creature is ever more than 15 feet away from you, or if you use this tattoo on a different creature. So it's a one-time 3d6, but you can hold them there.
Okay. And what is the last tattoo?
Well, I'll give you that one for half off if... Oh, the Eldritch Claw one. I'll give you that for half off if you name both of your fists and you talk to them both very lovingly, at least once per day. Coiling Grasp. The Coiling Grasp tattoo, 50% off if you write a letter forgiving someone who doesn't deserve your forgiveness. And lastly, the classic, everybody loves a Spell Rot tattoo. It'll give you an extra second level spell slot. 50% off if you use that spell slot to take a spell that's really funny and goofy.
Oh, I'm very much game for this. What kind of spell are we thinking is the question.
It's up to you. What are your options? Something funny.
I'm looking at something
Second
funny.
level.
But the problem is I can make something funny.
I think the funniest level 2 warlock spell is just like
Spell, hang on. Class warlock.
So wait, sorry.
You said it's only
mechanically-
50 gold as the default price for the one with
Yes.
the fists, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all of them.
I don't need the I don't need the discount. I'll just take the fist tattoo.
The
'cause
Eldritch
I
Claw
definitely
tattoo?
want that. Yeah.
That you can add to your inventory. That's a D&D item.
Okay.
Let's see. It covers, I'll let you decide, half your arm or half your leg. Could also cover your head, top of your head.
Oh, it absolutely covers half of my arm, and that way it can just jump off of my arm when I'm doing it. Preferably my arm, which holds my mace.
Cool. So he'll do right arm.
Yep.
This elaborate pattern. It's just a geometric pattern meant to contain the actual magic itself. There's some runes scattered in every now and then. It kind of looks like Scar's arm from Full Metal Alchemist.
Heck
nice.
yeah.
nice.
Cool.
Jeratos to be like, I suppose I'd want to get a matching tattoo with my dear friend Noka.
Sure. Same one.
And
he'll-
same one, the Eldritch
do-
Claw.
He'll do both of your forearms instead of your whole arm.
Okay.
Are you doing full price or half off?
Hey, Zany Poo, what's the name of the tattoo?
Eldritch Claw.
Eldritch Claw. I feel like Jeratos would see the naming of the fist thing as like an I feel like he would see it as like an what's the word? An unrecognized opportunity to explore a different side of oneself. To really personify my own body in a way that I've never done before. So I feel like he would do the discount, not because he wants the half off, but just because he likes the idea of naming his fist.
Okay. What other item did you get? I want to keep track of the promises you guys have to
Ring.
make.
What was that one called?
The ring. It's a ring of blasting.
Ring of
Specifically, this one is a pinky ring of blasting, but that doesn't exist. It's just a ring of blasting.
Okay, so I will do 25 gold with the promise.
25 gold. With
the promise.
He shakes
that
your
I will-
hand. Please
Yep.
write this down. Please write this promise down.
I will.
You
I will.
have
Let
to
me
name
put down
both
my
of your
notes.
fists and talk to them lovingly at least once a day.
Okay.
As soon as he shakes your hand, he goes, "What are you naming him?"
Oh, please call mind and matter. Please, just
Oh my god. Let's circle back on that. Let me take a note really quick.
Okay, for sure.
Uh,
Noka, write down that you have to name your blast like a child and say goodbye to them when they miss.
I'm honestly wishing, not for the discount, because I got a better discount on the ring, but I'm wishing I'd taken the tattoo one so that I could have named my left fist Tenna and my right fist Shannara.
Oh my
so every time that I
gosh.
hit an enemy with the inky fist, I could call it the Fist of Shannara.
Do you want the tattoo? He could still tattoo you if you have money.
he already got the tattoo.
I paid full price for it.
Oh. He, I mean, man, just shake my hand, I'll give you half your money back. It's not, there's no one's watching, right? He shakes your hand, and he'll give you back, what was it? It was
25.
50 gold. So he'll give you back 25 gold, and you can name your fists.
I love it.
And I have to name every blast which comes out of the ring.
Yes. And if they miss, that name is still there.
It
Yes.
comes back, and I have to remember it.
Yes.
Generator's gonna
It's a once per day deal.
I only get to cast Scorching Ray once per day.
It's once per day. Yep.
Cool.
Zane, I sent you a DM for a question regarding tattoos.
Let
The
me
tattoos
see.
themselves, yeah.
I don't see it in my Discord.
Oh, maybe I sent it to the wrong person. That's gonna be awkward. No, I sent it to you. Check your he's a boy. I sent you a Warhammer YouTube video, and then I sent
Oh,
you
I see.
the
Let's see.
message.
Not
Okay.
a tattoo. Cinematic form. Technically, I'll type it.
Yeah.
I want to show the class. I see.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So to go over the prices real quick, we had one that was kind of like mage armor. How much was that going for?
They're all 50.
They're all 50. Okay.
They're all 50.
Okay.
And they all have
So-
different 50% off conditions.
Okay. I will take the second level spell slot one,
Great.
and we're going for invisibility because we both know we can do so much fun with that.
Make a persuasion check.
That was the funniest one I could find for a warlock.
Let's see. Second level.
Specifically for warlock.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's an 8.
8.
Yeah.
Let's see if he thinks one of them could be funnier. No.
Yeah. And just double check if they're partner content or not that I don't have. So there's a couple of them that I do not have.
Sure. You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, I like it.
Okay. And then the what was for the mage armor tattoo?
50% off if you name your greatest fear. You got to tell me what it is
Okay.
to my face right here, right now, and you have to face it down and emerge victorious in a week. Whatever that looks like for you. But the pact we make, we'll know. That's all.
Gotcha.
What's your greatest fear, Lasiva?
There's so many.
You seem like someone who's seen a lot of things.
Oh, I've seen plenty. But the problem is, how do I want to go about facing it? Because it could
Sounds
be.
like you've got an answer already.
Maybe. I already know what my greatest fear is, but the problem is facing it. It could be a bit of a troublesome fear to get rid of. So let's go with the second level spell slot, and if I see you again, maybe we'll circle back around to that.
You don't want to buy it for full price?
I don't have the money to buy it for full price.
Nothing I can do about that. And he'll
No.
tattoo a spell rot tattoo on you
Uh,
for 25 gold.
Yep. He'll have it be placed on his forearm right here.
Yep. Okay, cool.
I was gonna say
It's-
I would not mind sponsoring an additional tattoo if Lucivo cares. I still have enough gold for a full price.
I really don't want to take from you, Jared, though. I mean, that's 25 gold out of pockets.
I mean, I believe I've said this that the Bowstrike family fortune in the runs quite deep.
That's fair. You are rich. If you're willing, I will watch out for you our next combat encounter.
And you.
Brain also twitches. Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and then I'll also get the mage armor tattoo.
Okay, cool.
I'll go ahead and
is
pay
that,
for it.
Are you doing 50
About
or
50,
25
so,
to name your greatest fear? Okay.
I'm not naming my greatest fear.
Okay.
So you're gonna do the 50? Okay.
Okay, fine. All right, whatever.
All right. I'll remove 50 from my inventory.
Okay.
Only remove 25 from your inventory because I just don't have enough to make up the shortfall. So 25.
Got it. Got it. I'll cover the gap.
Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Of course. And
Awesome.
then just to let you know, I have named my fists. So let me pull up my notes. As in life has the journey of life is quite long, and in my own, I have had many questions, and I've decided to name my left fist the question. And in my life, I have found only one answer that has carried me this far, and this is the answer. So we have the question and the answer.
Go ahead. Tell him how much you love him.
And I love them quite dearly, actually. And
Not
this
to
is
me,
one of the
to
reasons
them.
I am speaking with them, my dear friend. And the two of you have been with me through the thickest and the thin. Since the day of my birth, you have carried me as far and wide as I can go. You have always proven to me that I can be the best version of myself, and I have tried to make you the best that you are. Forever, we will be attached. Forever, we will be together. And forever, I will love you.
And your Eldritch Claw tattoo just lights up on your arms as the ink seals. Fantastic. Oh, I love my job. All right. I mean, I think that's all the really interesting things I've got right now. I've got some health potions.
I'm all right.
Those are kind of expensive, though.
If I may, I would like to take one of your spell tattoos, and I think I might have a spell to your liking. I would like to take.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I was
What's the spell?
thinking Nathair's Mischief.
How do I spell that?
That's going to be an Nathair.
Cool. Let's see.
It's going to fill a 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
Fey and Draconic magic, and I have to roll every turn to determine the effect
Done.
that is produced by it.
Absolutely done, without the shadow of a doubt.
Love
For
So I get a
Paige,
bag.
for Luciva, the forearm tattoo for your spell rot is like the silhouette of a person whose back is to you, but they're looking over their shoulder. For Zellar, your tattoo is a little present, and the lid is like flying open, and there's like these crazy curling patterns and pixies and little dragons that are flying out of the open box.
Now, may I get... I don't mean to be ungrateful. Is there any way I could get a further discount if you get to choose the spot for it? And I kind of turn and lift the back of my shirt slightly.
Oh, you can have an extra 10 gold back, fella. And he gives you the meanest tramp stamp of all time.
Beautiful.
Can
This
we
guy
say that
gets
as
me.
can we say as a character trait now that Zellar's shirt never really falls all the way down, so you can always
Just
see
a
the
glimpse.
trim.
Zellar is
Just a little glimpse.
proudly, like pretending like it's not intentional, constantly showing that fucking thing.
his little Z string coming out from the side.
Amazing.
Hey, not to extend this shopping episode too much further. But I would like Noka wants to ask for one thing before he leaves. Which is that I've been thinking of many things, and although I have great power of mind when it comes to wisdom, not much of intelligence. However, what I'm trying to say is there a way for me to become stronger?
Well, jeez, how much gold do you all have before I start talking?
I've got 101 gold left.
Okay, I
have
see
35.
2, 35,
Wait, no,
100.
I got my 25 back from him because of the discount, so I have 126.
All right, Zellar.
I mean, practically nothing.
Okay, so you probably can't afford it. I've got some alchemical boosts, but I mean, look, it's really difficult to, and very expensive and time consuming and generally, otherwise incredibly rare to find ways to permanently amplify your physicality. However, alchemically, there's lots of ways. Now, we already shook on it once, but all because I like you. I'll shake on it again. Prank Diabolus twice. Right, you get I'll give you this. He opens like a iron lockbox. He like disappears around the corner. You hear him fumbling with some locks. And he comes back with a potion that's like the glass itself is probably about this tall. And it's very skinny at the top and it widens way out in the bottom. It's got a curved bottom.
Flared
It's got a
base.
cork stop. Yep. Cork stopper. And it's this like fizzling light purple potion. And he goes, "This will make you strong as a hill giant." We're talking 22 strength. Or is it 21? I think it's 21.
I think Hill Giant is 20, I thought, and then Cloud Giant
It's
was...
they're odd numbers. They're all odd numbers.
They're all
I
odd,
think it might be-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hill Giant is 21.
21, okay.
Come on.
It'll give you a 21 strength for a minute.
I was hoping the nature more permanent, however, listen, I'm disinclined to want to participate in more fey magic chicanery.
Sure. You know, I swing through here every now and then. I don't think I've ever seen you fellas before. And he puts the potion back. So, if you stick around for long enough, I'm talking a few years, you know, it's not every year I make it out here. I stay a little busy, but I like to come say hello to the cousins. Not everybody can just come and go as they please, so if you're, you know, around in a little while, we might see each other again. Maybe you'll have found a belt or a ring. Can make you buff as hell.
If you could find a nice pair of gloves, I would really like that. I do need a new pair.
Oh, you mean just some, like, regular gloves?
No, they could be magical.
Oh, if you're looking for specifically magical, I don't have any, but I do have some nice griffin leather gloves.
Very nice.
Very
Not
nice.
magical, they're just nice.
Yeah.
You want them? I'll give them to you for 7 gold. That's with a discount, by the way. Don't try to push me any further.
I suppose the question and the answer may get a bit cold sometimes. I can't have that. I will do this. I will pay the 7 gold.
This man really loves these fists, and that I appreciate. And he hands you some nice dark brown, fading to like a much lighter brown by the cuff griffin leather gloves.
He just like puts them on immediately. There you are, my dears.
All right. I best be off. I'm gonna head over to Snaggletooth Bluff, see if any of the suckers over there want. I mean, see if any of the fine customers in the town will supply me with some gold for some good quality items. By the way, Gaius, if I could have your names.
I am Geratos Bowstrike.
Thank you, Geratos.
Lucifer, good to meet you.
Lucifer, thank you.
Isn't there something to do with the Fae and giving them your name?
Ah!
Yep.
Is that Noko saying
Jeratos,
that?
Luciva, thank you for the contribution. I'll be off now. And he wheels his squeaky cart down the road. Jeratos and Luciva have lost their legal names.
Cool. Does that mean I
Excellent.
also leave? Does that mean I also lose my title of pedigree?
It just means that those certifications right now are for nobody. They have the name
cool.
Jeratos on there, but that's nobody.
Very cool.
My name is nobody.
I have a feeling
Next.
that Luciva does not give a shit about this. I don't know what's
If
going
anything,
on with
this
him.
works in my favor.
Luciva care about anything.
If anything, this works in my favor.
And like,
All right.
technically, this doesn't really hurt Jeratos that much because he fucking hates his family.
You guys head back into the inn. Forand is passed out. Like, he's sitting on a chair at the front desk, but he's leaned over, just head in his arms. He's asleep. If you haven't already, you can click the long rest button.
Cool.
And with that, we're going to take 5. I got to pee.
Be
I got to
brave.
pee. It's pee time.
Teammates.
Pee time. We will be back at 9:33. 9:33. I am going to do this for now so that you don't just get chair cam of my room.
Chair cam.
Oh,
Chair cam.
boo. Show us the chair, coward. I'm gonna show you my chair. I have to go pee too.
Hell yeah. I did not even think about the Fae thing. I was like, oh yeah, no, I forgot about
It's
that.
so great. It's so perfect. I love it
Well,
so much.
The best thing is it works because I am playing a low intelligence character, so I
Yeah,
feel
there
like
you go.
I feel like he would do that. I feel like he would be like, oh, of course, my friend.
Yeah, Lucifer 100% knew about the
Yeah.
Fae name. It's just like, this is gonna be fun.
Well, the best thing is like I have Fae ancestry, so like I should technically.
I feel like I should know this.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
It's fine. Jeratos doesn't need a name.
Listen, he will always be Jeratos Bowstrike, alright? Ain't no
Exactly.
opinion. Great names for the fist, by the way. Question and answer, I love it.
I was like, okay, because like initially my thought, oh my god, my camera went out of focus. Initially, my thought was because I could not get this fucking scene out of the cartoon Chowder out of my head, where Mungdal is like, you're about to meet my Mr. Fisty and his wife Elaine, and I could not like. I was like so tempted to name it Mr. Fisty and his wife Elaine. Like I was so tempted.
I forgot about that scene.
I can never forget that scene. That line.
So
There's so many
good.
lines. There's so many lines from Chowder that are burned into my brain permanently. That's one of them.
What was it? My wife and I watched a compilation from Chowder of like the female rabbit and like the the crap that she says.
She says
We
some
were-
crazy shit.
We were laughing our butt off.
Oh my god. I think about like all this stuff. Like there's some weird jokes they just throw at you. And you're
Mhm.
like, a child would never get this joke. And then you're like,
As
oh,
an
that's not the
audience, you
point.
just have to be like sitting there with your kid watching the kid show.
I
love
love it. I still love the joke that lives in my head forever is I'm like, oh, get ready, everyone. This one's a doozy. What's the difference between chopped beef and pea soup? Anyone can chop beef, but nobody can pea soup. And then nobody laughs, and Chowder just goes, "You lied. That wasn't a doozy." Just the delivery of it's just perfect, and it like lives in here forever.
I love it.
He just looks so betrayed. He's like, that wasn't a
wasn't-
doozy. He's like mad at the bad joke.
Chowder, put it in high gear. High gear, come. Walking on the stilettos.
It's so good, man. Yeah, Chowder was such a fever dream of a show. I don't think we're ever
It
gonna get something.
truly was.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
like,
Gumball is kind of like the spiritual successor, but like,
I heard the chopped beef joke. That should have been our riddle.
Truly could have been.
I feel like Zane would have gotten it immediately. Oh my god. I again, you guys were gone. I think it's so funny that like I immediately just like, oh yeah, my name is Jeratus. Cause like
without losing a beat. And I'm like, we just almost got killed by a sea hag.
Yeah,
I don't need this guy to know my name.
Noka has lived in this town with its Fey shenaniganery for long enough to know what to not say.
The cool thing is, it's in character because I am a low intelligence character.
Oh yeah.
Fully in character. So
And
like, I'm not
Luciva
mad about
truly doesn't care.
Luciva knew that
Yeah.
going in.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh my
Zellar's
God.
definitely the one who's like, "Are you a cop?" Like, who would not give any information to
There's no
anyone.
Zellar here.
Simply does not exist. I'm
Gee,
sorry.
I'm sorry. In fact, I'm blind in my left eye. I don't
I
even
got-
see you, sir.
A 15 gold tramp stamp, and I'm pretty happy about
Good deal.
that.
It's a good deal.
I got
It's a
my,
good
I got
deal.
my tribal tattoos.
I have to prank now. What's his face?
You have
And
to prank
I know
Diabolus.
I know what I want to do.
Perhaps a classic
You
bucket
want
over the
forward
door
talk.
strategy, or perhaps we replace all.
Oh,
his
we're going
cushions with
like
whoopee
we're going
cushions.
like lighthearted. Okay, gotcha.
No one's dying, Luciva.
No one's dying. I would
That's not-
It's a
Or-
prank. Pranks
harmed.
ending in death are not pranks.
No
I
injury.
did just spend
what about the
130
emotional
gold.
Luciva.
The emotional kind of hurts.
Oh yeah, of course that's fine.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like, burning his house down. I'm not talking about killing him. Just emotional scarring.
I would say that burning
Still character.
your house down is not a prank. It is an act
That's
of
what I'm
violence.
saying. It's an act of arsony. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, up late at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering where it all went wrong kind of prank. Not like, burning down a house.
Perhaps we could
Yeah.
involve Celine in these pranks. I'm sure his daughter would have
So
some.
funny you said that. I'm thinking the exact same thing.
Perhaps his
I
daughter could
think
have some
you're
good
both
insight.
thinking it in very different ways. I just need to make that clear.
There's a conversation happening, and then Zellar's like right here in the middle. It's like,
I'm in between both of you talking past each other. It is deeply alarming.
All right, gamers,
"We'll be fine."
and we are back.
We
After-
we pitch your mic forward a little bit so you come through a little clear to the audience.
Yep. Sorry, I moved it back. All right. Is that good? Everybody hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. A successful shopping spree with Gaius, the satyr, has you all turning in for the night with a bunch of new trinkets, tattoos, and promises. I think that Luciva is going to be mischievous enough. I just want to make it clear that all of the promises come from the mind of a satyr. So the prank must be one that a satyr would approve of. That's up for interpretation, but you get what I'm generally saying.
Yes.
They're literal. For those of you who don't know, in the Feywild, satyrs are born magically whenever somebody on the Primaterial or another plane of existence, actually, but mostly the Primaterial, engages in such an intense session of hedonistic revelry that it simply has to take physical form in the Feywild, which is, of course, the plane where such a thing would manifest. So that's how satyrs come about.
Guys
party
is
too
born
hard.
for the nastiest Tuesday night you can ever think of. All right. That's just the guy he is.
All right. As everybody stirs awake in the morning, you head out of your rooms and head downstairs to find Eleanor at the bar. And this is just a fun little DM moment for me. Inspiration to the first one of you that reminds me what the kid's name is.
Peter.
Oh shit! All that
It
was
was,
three
it
of
was
you
at
at
the
the same time.
exact time. It was at the exact same time for those guys.
All right.
So, yeah.
I'll make my decision when it's important.
Death
I
save,
only-
no.
I only remember because in my mind he's classified as hey Peter.
Like,
Peter.
Peter.
Eleanor and Peter are sitting at the bar. Peter is eating for the first time that you've seen, although it's literally just toast. And Eleanor is eating something similar, but she has eggs on her plate as well. They're both just drinking water. Eleanor's just kind of rubbing his back, and they're talking to each other. So they are alive and well. Nothing crazy happened last night.
Oh,
And,
sorry, I forgot to do something when I long rested. Let me do that really quick.
Make sure you attune to anything that needs attunement, boys.
mhm.
Yeah, I have to do my astral elf nonsense.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I also need to ask you what
Proficiencies.
you painted last night.
Ah, true.
Oh, right, I didn't do my performance check.
Did you paint something last night?
You're training, right?
Yeah, I was training forehand, so I don't think I would have painted
Okay.
last night because I was
fine.
instead. Can I actually? Can I roll? Can I roll to see how well I trained forehand?
That's what the wisdom check was for.
Got it.
That you
Oh,
rolled
right,
a-
we
I
already
think it
did
was
that.
a
We already
7.
did that.
Yeah.
I
Forehand
did not
was,
do a
he
good
wasn't,
job.
He wasn't getting it. You don't know if it was you or if it was forehand, honestly.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a super spiritually aligned kind of guy, but
Okay.
that's
I
neither
need
here
to-
nor there. You still feel decently good about it, you know.
Okay, cool. I need to do.
You did your best.
the
And that brings
astral
all of you together in the lobby of the tavern to decide what is next.
We could go chasing after cats. That'd be fun.
It's certainly an option. It didn't go particularly well for me last time.
I do believe we should consult someone with the experience and wisdom who has dealt with something like this before. Who do we know in this town that has sufficient experience of living that we could consult on the matters of the Fae?
We should absolutely go talk to the head honcho of this town. I keep forgetting his name because Paige is bad at names.
Diabolus
Diabolus.
Greyman.
Diabolus Greyman. We should absolutely go see Diabolus Greyman. I feel like that is like top priority. We should do that.
I really feel like you just want to prank him.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
I don't believe I have to roll for that.
No.
Okay, there we go.
I
Right,
mean,
we're-
I'm open to talking with him. I'm just saying, when you need to do what you need to do, just at least give me a signal so I can make something happen.
I gotcha.
All
Don't
right.
worry. I don't think you need to worry too much.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Oh, are we consulting Diabolus on this matter?
I don't
Okay,
know
so
what else
like we
tell us
should go
more.
to see Diabolus. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's probably not our best source of information. I just want to fuck with him. So why don't we go ahead and we could also talk to the Pop. We could go see Pop and see how he's doing.
Papa
Uh,
Fluso.
Papa Fruzo. We could go see him. He's always a
I-
great pick.
I too believe we should consult Fluso. Being the eldest of this village, I do believe they would have the most experience dealing with the Fae. And unless there are any objections.
I'd love to see Papa Fruzo.
Oh,
All
I
right, let us return-
It's fine.
All right, let us return to Noka's paternal figurine.
Okay. You guys head over to Fluso's place, the enormous, sprawling driftwood library. Knock on the door, walking up the rickety old patio. Of course, Papa Fluso scoots to the door, unlocks it, and opens it. He's thrilled to see you all again. I heard there was some nasty business at the docks yesterday. I didn't see it myself, but I heard a crack of lightning.
Yes, it was a crack of lightning with my name on it, and I was felled as though I were a mighty beast. However, Gyarados brought me back from the brink of death. I'm much grateful to him. I owe him my life.
Very good, Gyarados. Where did you receive medical training? You might be the town's new physician.
Well, you see, every evening, my consciousness leaves my body to join my ancestry back in the astral plane, where wisdom and knowledge and teachings are passed down to me that I carry with me into the day. Unfortunately, it does tend to make me forget what it was that I learned the day before. I don't believe I could
am
replicate
the exact same way.
I don't believe I could replicate the techniques that I performed on Noka today. I'm not feeling as medical as I was yesterday.
Very special. Very interesting. Here, come in. And he does the whole routine. He brews you all coffee and or tea. And he goes, certainly, you have reason to come talk to Papa Fluso today, yes?
Always.
Absolutely. Other than basking in your marvelous company, dear Flusa, which we must all say is such a delight, we also come with some uncomfortable and unfortunate questions that we must ask you regarding the nature of the Fae and their activities in this town.
Yes.
You see, that crackle of lightning that you heard from the docks was in fact from the hands of a sea hag.
Oh my. Nasty, nasty creatures.
Indeed, and they smell quite fishy, I've learned.
Yes.
This hag had appeared was after the key to the deep, of the deep. I'm not sure. I do not remember.
Gate the key of the deep, yes.
She was able to retrieve it from me, however, when she was struck down shortly after my demise. It
good.
was retrieved.
We certainly can't be allowing a hag to have whatever it wants. I have said, and will say again, I don't know exactly what the necklace itself does, but the fact that a sea witch was after it is deeply disconcerting.
I must agree with this. And are you aware of the activities of any coven of sea witches in this area?
There was a coven a long time ago, decades, 50, 60 years ago maybe. That was stamped out by local hunters. Several fishermen from Snaggletooth Bluff and God's Breath bound together when Snaggletooth Bluff was just forming, new town, and they needed safety to grow, of course. People died, but there were 3 of them. Actually, no. I remember thinking it was weird. There were 4 of them. So, you look confused. Papa Fluso loves to tell people things they don't know. Hags have to be an odd number. If you have a coven of hags and they are an even number, the infighting will stop them from doing anything. They kill each other, which is maybe why we were able to do anything about it at all. They were not coordinated. A 3rd or a 5th or a 7th hag is a tiebreaker. If you killed 1 hag, that means, and you're following me, right? If you killed 1 hag, there is now an even number in whatever coven they came from.
Flusa would see that Geratos is just completely lost, and that you said numbers, and then he's just like, so there are hags.
From what you told me, yes.
And even though we killed 1, there are still more.
Maybe. She may have been the last one. She may have been the 5th from all that time ago. That's possible, but... Well, I mean... Even a lone hag... It could be either or. I don't know.
Luciva, you checked the body and saw that there was no connection to...
I
Like direct physical connection to a coven, right?
I couldn't determine any relation or correlation to a coven. No chatter that I've been able to pick up has said anything in regards to a specific coven of sea hags or any hags in the area for a long time. It could very well be that. So, did you say that when they fought these hags, did all 4 of them die?
Yes, yes,
And that was confirmed.
yes. They hung the bodies up on fishhooks
Hmm.
in Snaggletooth Bluff, over the gate.
In Snaggletooth.
How long ago was this?
50, 60 years.
Might need to ask someone when they got the bird. At least the mother got the bird.
It was the mother, so it's been around for a while.
Might have been trying to start a new
50-60-year-old bird.
Fluso, what were the names of these hunters?
Oh, shit.
My dear Fluso, you tell me you have these prepared.
To my knowledge, I think they're all dead. This was a long time ago. They weren't, we didn't send 16-year-olds in to kill hags, but I have their names written down somewhere.
All of them, oddly enough, died in car accidents. It's so crazy.
Crazy.
They were going to invent cars until they all crashed into each other, and yeah, it's quite tragic.
Horrible.
It's always the drunk crashers that you gotta worry about. It's never the drunk drivers.
Drunk driver community, we rebuke drunk crashers.
Silent stoner. An alcoholic is talking.
Okay.
So, but it sounds to me, it sounds like the majority of what happened 50 years ago took place in Snaggletooth Bluff.
It was between the two towns, to the north.
You mentioned some ruins in the water last time we spoke.
Yes, that was south from here.
Did the coven have any correlation to that area?
No, they were far. I didn't see any signs of a faint magic tampering with anything either. Not like I would immediately be able to spot it, but nothing stereotypically fey, I should say.
So why would the sea hag want the key?
And why would they disguise themselves as a bird for so long? Were they simply waiting for the key to arrive? But Noka, your grandmother has had this key this entire time.
She has been in a God's Breath for, not 60 years, but I think going on 40 or so. She's been here for a long time.
Well, thank you for your time, dear Fluso. This has been quite an illuminating conversation.
Of course, Papa Fluso's happy to help.
So I just kind of turned to the rest of the party, and I said, I suppose there are a few pathways ahead of us that we can choose between. We can either head toward Snaggletooth Bluff to the north to retrace the steps of the hunters of old to see if what mysteries we may unfold, or perhaps we must explore these mysterious ruins in the water further to the south.
I will tell you this. This may help. The place where the 4 hags were killed, it was a cave in some small foothills to the north of here. It's safe now. I know people who hunt there or have hunted there many times in the past. So at least for any hag coven to be there now, we would probably know. As far as going to Snaggletooth Bluff, you could ask around, probably find someone who knew them or an old man like Fluso who might just know of them. But if you are looking for this could get me in trouble. You won't tell on Papa Fluso.
I would never
No,
violate our trust.
I would not tattle on anyone.
I don't know anything for sure. But if you want to know about where the Fae are coming from or came from, go talk to Diabolus.
It's so funny he says that. I was
I
just gonna be
suppose.
I have my
so
theories,
much
and I
fun.
could be wrong. But he is the only person who has been here longer than me.
Then I suppose it is time to pay an overdue visit to my dear patron. Fluso, thank you for your time once again. I do believe my friends and I must now continue on this investigation and confront dear Diabolus to pick his brain, see what knowledge lies within.
Noka. Anything about Shannara?
I did not get much time to talk with Dana because I was barely alive upon my return, and I have not
Of course.
consulted him today.
Of
But
course.
if I am to believe what he tells me, he will soon begin a search of his own. I've advised him against it. I fear there will be grave danger for him, but who am I to limit his actions?
Right. Okay. Well, go and be safe.
We will, and you as well, Fluso.
I will. I don't exactly put myself in danger much these days anymore, but I will.
Very dramatically, Jeritos turns and says, I fear the danger may not be waiting for you to find it. And then just walks out the door.
Oh. Goodbye. As you guys all...
He has a
as-
penchant for the dramatic. However, I believe that you will be safe, and I know that we will see you again soon.
If a hag breaks into my house, I'm dead. So
And
don't worry
I
about
can
it.
assure you, I would never buy a random sack of sand from a satyr that could kill you in one strike. Have a good day.
Wait, say that again.
I'm sorry, we gotta go.
As you guys
as-
leave
as-
Fluso's house.
As Lucifer was leaving, he just looks at Papa Fluso and she goes, by chance, do you know what Greymane cares about most in the world? Daedalus
Money.
cares, like, his money.
It's okay.
Like-
Hang on. I give him more credit than that. He cares more about the town persevering than anything else.
Got it.
I hate this.
Do you know where he keeps any important documents? Have you heard any rumors about that?
No, I don't go outside much. I've never been in his house. Just passed him on the street.
Understood. Well, if you hear anything, let me know. But don't worry, Papa Fluzo. I like you. You'll be good.
What?
Why
Is
do we all
everybody-
threaten Fluso?
Everybody leaves Fluso's
I
place.
wasn't the one that bought the sack of sand that could kill him.
He just kind of shrugs.
I did
Noka did not threaten him at all and said he was going to be very safe. So
Um,
true.
Just Luciva, I don't know what you're planning, but Zellar would be okay with whatever it is. I do have advantage on some stealth checks if we need to
I did
Just
pick
do
up
some snooping.
during my astral trance. I did pick up proficiency with sleight of hand checks. So
This is going to be. So here's what I'm thinking. Okay,
All right.
let's riff off of this real quick and let me know what you
Yeah.
think. So we could either what he cares about is his money. He loves his money, but also he wants the town to persevere. He also cares about his image. He is the head honcho of this town. He is the one that takes care of everything. He's the big business tycoon in the area. So, what if either one, make him think that his daughter is instead going to go marry a broke fisherman over in Snaggletooth and ditch her fortune behind? Then, boom, his whole legacy is gone once he's dead. There's nothing left. His daughter's gone. There's nowhere to pass his fortune to. What is he going to do? Give it away to charity? No. So, or we go ahead and we mess with some documents, either a will or maybe some kind of deed, and we have it to where on his passing, it then gets given to the town itself versus into its own kind of, versus him having any say in it. He'll never know because the trust was never revised. So all we have to do is just forge the documents or make somebody forge them, which I'm very, very good at. So, what options do we want to take? What bridge do we want to burn?
Talented artisan in this town who is capable of doing such forgery?
Oh, we can find the actual person that did it originally. Each town can do it again.
And they just clever. This is a prank.
This is a Fae prank. Welcome to the Fae. They have a much more diabolical sense of pranks. And if you want to make sure a proper prank is done to fulfill a promise, let's say, to a satyr, you want to make sure it's got some extra pizzazz.
Now, Luciva, I do like the spirit of this prank, but if I may even ask that we push it just a bit further, why do we wait and why do we write the document so that it waits until his demise?
You want to kill him
Why
now?
not? No, absolutely not. No, no. Why would you
I
suggest
know where
such
you're
a thing,
going with
Luciva?
that.
Why not simply alleviate the burden of wealth from him immediately, and simply allow the town to then immediately prosper? I believe that would be the funnier alternative.
That would be funny to see his reaction. The problem is he would have a power to stop it. And
With
if
what
he
money?
knows,
With
it's
what
not so
money?
much about money. If he knows something about Fae, as hinted by Papa Fluzo, he may have benefactors in higher places. So when he's dead and in the ground, he can't really do anything to stop it. I am all for trying to go ahead and do this while he's alive. I'd love to see the look on his face. But,
I mean, I could play the part of someone marrying his daughter, but I would need someone to play the other part where we'd go that route.
I can play the daughter. I just need to get into her wardrobe so I can get a change of clothes.
I don't know that you'd be as I don't mean this personally. I don't think you'd be as convincing as me.
I have disguised self.
I understand that. I don't think you'd be as convincing as me, but we can certainly try.
I can be very deceptive.
Maybe I should be the daughter then, and you should be the fisherman.
How are you going to be that tall, though?
How tall is she?
She's above average height. Hang on, sorry.
He
She's
bumped
above
his
average
volume.
height. She's above average height. She's probably close to 6 foot. She's an elf.
I can do it. I'm very good at it.
Just wear some killer heels.
You
But
could. You're pretty enough, I will say.
let's stop at you.
Let's think here. Okay, I like to imagine a smoker shaking.
I want to make one mechanical thing clear. As far as disguise self goes, you're changing the size of yourself, but it's an illusion. So if you were to wear clothes, they would be on your normal shoulders, even if your illusory shoulders
Which
are up here.
means if I was wearing
Your alter self
platforms-
spell, like your disguise self spell,
Yes.
can imitate clothing, I believe.
I believe so.
So you don't necessarily need to break into her wardrobe.
Yeah, I
That would
don't need to
actually
break into
probably
the
be worse.
wardrobe.
Part of the fun.
I would need to. I think Lucy was going through his own shit. We'll unpack it sometime. Happy Pride. But I think maybe if I did that and had some means to just appear taller, that is non-magical.
Mhm.
That ultimately my advantage and plus 10 to deceptions is going to be better.
I do have a +7 deception.
Luciva or Zellar does also get advantage because of.
Oh,
Or
that's
do you both
right.
have? Do you both have that feat?
I have the actor feat. I don't.
I do not have the actor feat.
Okay. So yeah, Zellar gets advantage. from
And
his
can
impersonate
impersonate the
people.
voice.
Yeah, you
Correct.
can
That will be
impersonate
big.
voice.
That will be big.
Yeah.
And I have personally spent the last year training Celine personally. So I said personally twice. The two of us have shared a lot of intimate moments together in this last year, just getting to know each other on a very physical level. So I do believe I can
It's-
provide a lot of information as to the specifics of her behavior.
Is that what we're calling it? That's all right.
Absolutely, I know exactly what makes her cry and laugh.
Okay. So, I can play the role of the mongrel fisherman that she's marrying, and Zella can play the role of the daughter.
What?
I will be the most broke person. I basically what I am now, but we just have to roll with it, and then do that.
Now the only issue I can see with the plan is that the real Celine is still an active force.
Someone could
Right.
stop that.
We will need someone to distract Celine.
Yes, we will, Teratos.
Oh, are you asking
Yeah,
me
there
to
you
do
go.
so?
Yeah, you know her inside and out. You've practically formed an unshakable bond of.
That is true. The two of
Nothing
us,
but
the two of us are quite
purity.
inseparable at this time. I suppose I will try my best to do so. I will take Celine on another excursion, making sure to occupy her every thought and her every motion.
All right. I still don't like how that sounds, but I think that sounds
I
good.
think it sounds brilliant.
Overall.
There's nothing more to keep somebody entertained than just being under their skin for a little bit. Okay, like that's just
So,
we just gotta roll with it.
Both of you are in the mood today. I say we go.
So with that, I suppose we
so-
have the plan.
On
Yeah.
the way, I would like to try to obtain just something for me to like balance on. Not like literal stilts, but like something that I could theoretically use to make myself look physically taller.
So like
My foot.
the best thing without you could fashion some quick stilts possibly,
Okay.
or you could like tape some small boxes to the bottom of your feet or wrap them with rope. I mean, you could. That's about what I got.
No, that's reasonable.
Anybody else?
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm trying to see if there's. I can change my clothes, look like whatever.
We could do it to where maybe we have you in a position where you're sitting, or you're not in a standing position.
I
You're
need to be in your arms.
that. Okay. So we are outside the manor. We're outside his main residence. It's you and me. You're in my arms, and you're professing your love to me. The broke fisherman mongrel it doesn't have a comma to his name, and he looks out and he sees his only daughter, the one he's poured so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Love and affection and money into, and she is throwing it all away for some love over a broke fisherman who has no prospects for her. All his work for her is gone. And that's the kicker. She shows up after she's done spending a wonderful evening with Geratos. And she's like, I'm back. And he's like, you're a disgrace. Huge argument follows. Their relationship is irrevocably destroyed. And boom, that's our prank.
I see no way this could go wrong. I just immediately disguise self as her. I add the extra foot just to, sell it a little bit more.
Sure.
Let me go change
Okay.
my clothes real quick, and I'll go find like a corner or something like that, and I'll go change out my clothes. And
Okay.
I'll cast my spell, and I'll come out, and I'm looking like the rattiest fisherman
What spell?
I've ever seen. I'll message you for.
Oh, okay. All right.
reasons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then I guess Jeratos would go on ahead to Diabolus Manor, or sorry, Greymane Manor, not the World of Warcraft location, and would yeah, and would go and would go not grab Celine, but go talk to her, I guess. Be like, I don't know. I'll wait until DM is unoccupied.
Sorry. Okay. So you're looking for Celine.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. Oh wow, I have a whole -1 in that.
You could also make perception. Could be perception, because it's a bit of a larger scale.
Okay, I'll do perception because I did just roll a 6. 17.
All right. Yeah, 17 beats her stealth. She's definitely hiding from her father. She is. There are several unoccupied houses in Codsbreath that are just like close to the wall, have been vacant for many years, have just kind of fallen into disrepair, are definitely destined to be torn down and rebuilt. But for the time being, you find Celine playing cards with herself in one of these like rundown buildings. As you creep around the corner, she like jumps to her feet, not expecting to see anybody, and immediately takes a step back.
They're just like hands up, like, "Hello, Celine. I couldn't help but notice you alone over here, and just wanted to come say hello, as your friend and mentor."
You can put your hands down. She starts cleaning up the cards.
No need to cease what you're doing. I realized in the time that we have been together, I have failed to ascertain a most critical portion of who you are, dear Celine. And that is, I hope you don't mind me bringing this up so suddenly. I can't help but notice your relationship with your father. And I've noticed, I hope you don't mind my saying, an unfortunate similarity to my own experience with my own father. And I wanted to ask, if I may, are you okay? I fear I see the way that he speaks to you, and I cannot help but remind myself of when I was a small elf lad, hearing the way that my father spoke to me, the expectations he lobbied onto me, and the weight of them. And I know how crushing they are. And I fear I have failed you in this way, as your mentor and as your friend.
Did he put you up to this?
Absolutely not. He's not even aware that I'm here.
You're you're really just here to ask how I'm doing?
I'm simply here to listen.
She sits down in front of her cards. Well, for starters, I fucking hate my father.
And in that, we are the same. I hate my own father as well.
Are you sitting with her?
Yeah, I sit down with her.
Oh.
Well spot.
Oh, okay.
No, Jackie, no!
No!
Jackie.
No!
I didn't even realize we were without music for so long.
I didn't
moment.
either.
I mean, you're a bit of a hypocrite though, right?
I am. I must admit I am.
Why? Why do you think you're a hypocrite?
I speak proudly of my name, the Bowstrike family. I speak often of our wealth, our ill-gotten gains. But I know the price that my family paid to get those gains. My own family was banished from my home when I was quite young, because my father's unchecked ambition cost the community that which we called home quite a bit. I don't even know if the astral plane is recovered. I've never been allowed back there. At night when I dream, I always wonder if I can return to my people. And when I trance, I never feel as though I'm fully connected. Unfortunately, we found ourselves then banished to the material plane. We settled in some forests out on the outskirts of, I don't remember the name of this continent, I'm so sorry. Aramai, on the outskirts of Aramai. It was a beautiful place. Old, ancient, older than our entire species. The trees there could sing songs like that of generations long past, of civilizations that rose and fell like a whisper in the wind. And my father only saw this as another opportunity to make money. He tore them all down, all the trees, all the songs from that wood, and he fashioned them into weapons of war. And he sold them. And now here I am, a hypocrite, walking around, expounding wisdom on everyone who would listen, knowing that I'm the biggest fool of all.
It's really funny. I was going to call you a hypocrite because you're asking me how I'm doing, but you beat me up when my father calls for it. That was nice to hear, though. I think about the underdog a lot. My father took me away from a life where I could have been in a place that meant something and actually done something that meant something. But he fled because he was scared, because he's a man in the underdog. He took me away from what I could have been for him to be happy, and now he thinks that he's making up for it. And as this conversation carries on and gets deeper, Geratos, you don't know if anybody has ever asked Celine if she's okay. As this conversation goes on. And Paige, do you wanna describe, or is this no, you pop around the corner and do your thing? Okay.
Yeah.
As Luciva comes back looking like himself, but just dirty and a bit ragged. He must have smudged some mud on his face or something like that. His jacket is dirty. He must have found it in a can back there or something. But yeah, he looks pretty rough.
Not bad.
I can play a great poor man when I try. It's literally just adding mud.
He's got like toes sticking
Leave my
through
arms
the
up
boots.
for uppies.
And Luciva has Zellar in his arms. And are you guys out front? Guess who's coming to dinner, Ark? Are you guys out front of Greymane Manor?
Oh yeah.
So
Okay. You approach the door. Noka, what are you doing during all this?
I really don't know. I was waiting for like something that Noka would want to participate in all of this, but like, I mean, I was even going to go as far as to ask, like, do we all need to participate in the prank?
No, you don't have to. I'm just wondering, like, if Noka's just like watching, or
Noka. And it's okay if we don't jump to this for a little while. We can do this in a minute. But I would say that Noka actually wants to catch up with Tenna. To thank Tenna for being there for him on the dock and everything else like that. So that's probably where he pieces out to, because he doesn't feel any particular need to be involved in this prank or anything like that.
We will cut back to Noka and Tenna in a moment. But Noka, as you arrive to the house, you see Tenna is there, first floor. He's got some like dried food out on the table. He's got a dagger and a sword that he's packing into a bag, bringing a canteen of water. He's getting ready to go.
Can we say that while this prank scene is unfolding, I mean, Noka, he acknowledges Tenna obviously and says hello and stuff like that. But in an effort to show his support, he just starts helping Tenna pack up his stuff. And that's like his way of endorsement. It's, I don't need to say anything to you. I know that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what you feel like you need to do.
Okay. And we'll come back to that. Okay. Zellar, Luciva, What's the plan? You guys are out front of the door. Luciva, you make a perception check.
Not great at these. 13.
13. Okay. You see, you take a look up the tower. Greymane Manor's a 5-floor, very tall building. You see Diabolus on the 3rd floor. He's not facing you guys. His back is actually to you. He's facing away from you at a right angle. But he's just at his desk. He looks like he's working on drafting a paper or signing something. It's a big window around him.
Father!
He sits up straight. Looks out you see him look out the window, like, and immediately he scoots back, gets up out of his chair, and disappears to come downstairs.
I knew that would get his attention.
I must say, you do a great impression of it. It's pretty good.
I do what I can.
The front door boom, swings open.
Yeah, with gusto.
Say that!
Aye.
I
Father?
don't...
Meet Eddie.
Be quiet, daughter!
You do not talk to her like that.
Oh, he storms up to you instantly. He gets inches from your face, and he goes, I don't recognize you from around town. I don't think I've ever paid you before. So what are you doing here with my daughter?
I'm here. We are here to tell you that she doesn't belong with you anymore. She's found real love. A love a father never gave her.
What the hell is
my
your
lord.
name, wretch?
My name is Eddie. And I am
Eddie.
everything you're not. I'm not an abuser. I'm not a monster. I'm not rich. I don't have a cent to my name. In fact, I'm worth less than 0. I owe people money.
And yet, Father, he's worth everything to me.
Celine, expel yourself from this man's arms at once, so that I can beat him and have him dragged off to prison.
Father, how can I
What?
assure that you could keep me safe when you can't even protect the town from a simple sea hag?
Right?
Celine, go inside now. We will discuss this in a moment.
We can discuss it now. Whatever you can tell me, you can tell Eddie.
Diabolus, whose skin is like a soft grayish purple, is bright red in the face. Celine, for this insolence, there will be a cost. That sea hag was brought to our shores by none other than the fools who wandered into town less than a week ago. Now, while they may have also put it down, it would not have been a problem for us to contend with if they had not brought it here in the first place.
I must say, it sounds to me like you should probably gather those fools, as you call them, and sit them down to properly explain the situation so that way they can rectify their mistake. But since you clearly are incapable of doing such an easy thing, it's no wonder your daughter does not wish to be with you.
Holy shit. Dude,
Jesus
I don't even know what to do.
You stumped the DM.
This
Man, it
True,
goes
Celine.
flames.
You don't want to be here anymore.
Father. You know that I love you.
I love you, my daughter. All my life, I've done everything I can to protect and provide for you.
But I feel as if you're not protecting others. I feel as if you're letting others risk their lives for the good of ours, and I'm not okay with that, Father.
Do you wish for me to go tramping off into the forest?
I wish for you to tell me the truth, Father.
Eddie does not need to hear this.
Eddie, set me down on a very specific chair inside. I want to speak to my father.
Eddie, give her to me.
Oh.
I give like a double tap to Zellar and to tap back once. Like once for yes, two for no.
Give her to me now.
I give the yes tap back on as I'm wrapped around the neck.
But I'll be waiting for my love when you're done.
You will, Eddie. You will wait right here by the front door until my daughter and I have concluded our discussion, and then you and I will have a very different discussion.
Father, I understand these are
Celine.
very aggressive circumstances, but Eddie is a good man.
And he turns aggressively and takes you inside. He sets you down on a chair. A nice velvet chair. He goes, my daughter, did he hurt you? Did he take
Father,
you against your will?
Of course not, no. He would do no such thing.
He wouldn't be able to anyway. You've grown far too strong in your training. You would have beaten a worthless whelp like him into the dust. The truth, Celine, what has led you to believe that I have been not telling you the truth?
I've become nervous, Father. I don't mean insolence. You let Jeratos into danger, Father.
I didn't know you had developed such a fondness for the elf. Perhaps it's time to rethink who will be taking over your training.
No, Father. Jeratos is a lovely trainer. But you have to understand, I at least need to know why you would put him in such a situation.
He sits down across from you. Celine. Oh, things happened here in God's Breath when you were still fawning over the memories of your past life as just a child. And God's Breath has never been an easy place to live in, wrought with danger on all sides, but also opportunity. If it were easy, everybody would be here doing what I'm doing, what we're doing. But you have to be bold. You have to make sacrifices. You have to make choices. I did not know there were still hags in these woods.
But you knew they were there before, Father.
Many years ago, there was a coven slaughtered in the woods. 4 of them dead, but I know too much. I know too much to sleep well. Always. It's always something. And that time, it was the 5th hag. Covens don't exist in even numbers. I assumed it fled. I assumed she found somewhere far away and... But no. Always the consequences of my actions. Give it decades,
Father.
centuries. They will always catch up to you, Celine. Remember that. That is a life lesson.
Understood, Father.
I'm going to tell you something now. And if I tell you this, you must make a promise to me. That fellow outside, he has nothing for you. Your future is here. Your future. You will follow in my wake at first, but not forever. You will carve your own. You must be ready to step into it. I have set the place for you. If you go, I cannot... I must know that you are loyal to this family, Celine.
Father, I will shout that man off of our doorstep if you were to assure to me that you will tell me the whole truth.
Do you
With
promise
no-
me, Celine?
I promise you with every fiber of my being, Father.
And now I need you to make a deception check with advantage. It
Oh.
was too... The rage bait was too instant for him to have a moment to even consider...
That you could be.
What the
That's a 30
happening right
with a
now?
nat 20.
A nat 20? A nat 20?
Yes.
That's a
I
nat 20.
absolutely believe you, Celine. And because of the unshakable surety of your response just now, I will tell you. I will tell you what I did to start this town. What I sacrificed. What others sacrificed. What it cost us. What it cost the land for these people to be safe here. You must understand that these things were done to protect you, to protect the other families here. There are only so many places in this deep jungle that we can go.
Of course, Father. Why would I think you had anything but the best of intentions?
The hag's very existence here is my fault, Celine. The creatures in the forest, the ones that can't go home, that stalk our wildlife. It is the price I pay now for actions taken nearly a century ago. I would not change it. Know that. I would not change it. There was a threat, a great threat here, when we first settled. How shall I put this? There were creatures here, Celine, from the deep water. They had already made this place their home, not God's breath, but not far from it either. Ruins. Ruins to the south. They were the masters of the dragon eels that haunt our waterways now. And they were ruthless to surface dwellers. Ruthless. Before I say anything else, I need to just read my notes. Make sure that I give you all the correct information here.
Good Lord.
I was doing crazy. I love it so much.
Dude, this is great.
Like my first nat 20 of the campaign was truly at the best time it
Truly
could
the
have
best time it
possibly
could have
been.
ever been.
Mm-hmm.
We did our best to fight them, but they have magic, and they have mounts that move faster than our boats and spewed lightning. The people of Codsbreath were not enough. So, myself and 2 others from the original group of settlers here, couldn't have been more than 12. We volunteered to do something very dangerous. Through some prying and lucky chance, we were able to discern the reason they were here. Why they chose this place, of all places. They were watching something. They were watching a Fey crossing. To what end, I do not know. But, Celine, I stole something from them. In the cover of night, in deep water, assisted by a natural talent of magic, he slipped in to this stone fortress. And we uncovered a charm that we used to open a Fey crossing. The storm that came crashing upon our shore was far larger than I had anticipated. I lost both of my friends. Several others lost their lives as well. I lost the charm. And I irrevocably opened a crossing. It, of course, took me some time to learn that the creatures that I called forth couldn't go back. Such was the nature of the sealed gate and the item I used to unseal it. You must understand. This scourge we face now is a necessary evil for the existence of this town, of these fishers, of these traders, of these people. I understand that these creatures are frightening and dangerous. I know. I would not wish to face one. But if we did not face them, if we could not face them, then we would not be here. And, Celine, I know you don't love it here. But I promise, I'm speaking from experience. You take the assets that you work for, you turn them around, things grow, people come. Your circle expands, your friends' circles expand, opportunity increases. Maybe people from far away, maybe exotic goods, maybe enough food that we can take up other crafts than fishing. Maybe these people can turn to builders or artists.
But Father, this place may be able to become our home, but you're saying yourself it's not enough room to become theirs. What of those that you brought here? Where are they supposed to go, Father? They have no choice but to come to our very doorstep. They might have assailed our visitors, but they are truly guests here of your own invitation, Father. They have nowhere else to be. Where is their home?
That is not our concern anymore.
Now that they're on our doorstep, Father, it has to be.
We don't need to rehome them. We need to get rid of them.
And what if they come back like they already have, Father? They've done it once before, they will be able to do it again.
As the town grows, as its population and budget increase, it will only be easier. For now, we struggle, as we have struggled, but I tell you again from experience, the struggle has always gotten easier. It changes forms, you trade problems for different problems, but you make progress. It won't happen overnight. And we won't be safe right away. We never have been.
Where did you lose this charm, Father?
When I said a storm descended upon Codsbreath, I meant it. I was... The town, the very foundation of the town itself was nearly flooded. That's why the dam was built between Codsbreath and Snaggletooth. It was lost in the water. I didn't look for it very hard. Perhaps because some of the things that you think about me are right, Celine. Perhaps because I am afraid. Perhaps because I am selfish.
Father, you're not selfish. You're just short-sighted.
You're right. And now, my daughter must pay for my foolishness. I know that things are scary now. You must not run off. You must be careful. You must not venture into the forest alone. You must not even leave the house alone.
Only if you give me this request, Father. You do everything in your power to ensure that these foreign adventurers can assure the safety of our town, can do everything in their power to protect it and to give these other creatures an opportunity to go to their homes. You said it yourself, we can defend ourselves if need be, Father. Give them the chance to do the right thing if we won't do it ourselves.
One last thing you must know, Celine. If by some miracle you happen upon this charm, you won't be able to use it again. It took blood from those things to open that portal. And they're all gone. I drove them out. And there were more than 5 hags. I don't know where the rest of them went. It was more than one coven. It's my fault. It's my fault, Celine.
We have to put an end to this.
I agree.
And violence can't be our only solution.
Well, the only thing I know, Celine, is that I can't open that door for them again. And
But maybe they know, Father.
The hags? You
Did
can't
you ever
reason.
consider asking them after all these years?
Those creatures are evil, vile. You can't reason with them.
I can reason with the most vile people on this planet. Do you want me to prove
Celine?
it, Father?
I will not lose you to a hag.
Father, you will not. May I give you a demonstration?
I don't know what you mean, but sure.
So I quickly run to the front door in a way that tries to not show. Like I'm like doing really bouncy steps, like a prance, and I open the front door. Get out of here, Eddie! Get out!
Oh, okay. All right. I'll leave.
Eddie, go, leave, get out of my sight.
Diabolus throws a glass at you. He throws like a whiskey glass at
I
you.
grab another glass nearby and throw it in that direction.
What about my gambling debts?
Make your way to Snaggletooth Bluff. I never want to see you in this town again. And he slams the door.
See, Father, even the least of those amongst us can be reasoned with one way or another.
That... Celine! That is very different from reasoning with a hag.
You haven't seen these adventurers try? I have faith in them, Father.
Okay. The adventurers can try. You, my dearest daughter, are not to go romping off into the woods with them to try to talk to a sea hag.
Of course not, Father. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go make a trip to the little lady's room.
Of course. And when you get back, we'll start talking about lunch.
Yes, of course, Father.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to go up to the bathroom, undisguised self, climb out of the window, and as soon as I can, I'm assuming I relatively know where Geratos is, I'm going to sprint that way to message and be like, let her know Father wants to ask about lunch. Father wants to ask about lunch.
And wait, are you running over to them, Zellar?
Yeah, as Zellar, I do undisguised
Zellar, you
self.
rush around the corner into the building. Or I'll say, maybe, you know what? You can see from the angle of approach from the bathroom, you kind of took a back route by the wall. You can see into the ruined building that they're sitting in. Geratos is sitting up against the wall. Celine is sitting next to him, and her head is on his shoulder, and she's just talking.
I would then in the bathroom still while like getting prepared to jump out the window still because it does not seem like a good idea to fail a thorough trying to be her. I message and just say conversation with father. Sorry, her father went well. He thought she was me. She needs to think he's going to talk to her about lunch.
And Geratos, she goes, oh, hang on. Sorry, my alarm is beeping. Let me turn my volume down for a sec.
Looks like there's a fire in the
It's
hole.
fine. It's gonna keep going for a minute. Geratos, and you receive this message as she's like, and that's why I've always been afraid of swimming.
Geratos' eyes just go really wide for a second because there's suddenly a voice in his head that wasn't there before.
What are you afraid of, Geratos?
Just kind of shakes himself free. He kind of gets it. Oh, well, truly, Celine, my greatest fear has always been to die with this great regret I still hold, before I can really find this closure that I deeply need. But dear Celine, I implore you to remember one thing before we must unfortunately separate ways for now.
She looks sad.
Is that the most important lesson that I've taught you is the lesson of self-sufficiency. It is the lesson that I myself left home to find, and the answer that I hope that I found for myself, and that I hope to pass on to you. The greatest thing that you can learn to do is to defend yourself, not just from the threats external, but also the ones that are internal. Our relationships with our Father, that is an internal threat, and only we may face that alone. But think now of the lessons that I gave you, and remember that my spirit is always with you, and that you never must face your Father alone, for I will always be beside you. And also, you should probably talk to your father about lunch, because I do believe it is time to eat.
Oh, yeah, it is about lunchtime. I was getting hungry.
Yes, it is important to nourish the body as well as the mind.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek as she stands up. She goes, "Thank you, Jaratos."
Of course, Celine. Dear Celine, it has been a pleasure being your tutor and your mentor. And I hope one day we can face each other under more favorable circumstances.
Goodbye, Eddie. Hello, Jaratos.
I do like trying to win and not being able to yet.
And I enjoy seeing your progress as you do improve,
Just means I have room to grow.
as we all do.
I'll see you around, Jaratos.
And I you,
And
Celine.
she makes her way back to Grand Main Manor.
Jared just kind of goes.
You shared probably the most vulnerable moment of Celine's life with her. At least of her adult life.
This is going surprisingly well.
Would you call it a prank though? Like, I'm
I
not
mean-
really sure.
We fixed her relationship
Got
with her
him.
father. It's a prank.
Zing.
I think, if anything, this is the best kind of prank there is.
I was gonna say
So,
the alternate prank was rewriting his will. So
I was
mean,
gonna say, like, nobody actually went with you to rewrite the will, so I was like, is that prank still happening? Are we still doing that?
Paige, as soon as he took Celine away from you and went inside, and he was beat red in the face, you felt the pact within you resolve.
her.
That was funny. That was funny.
I like to imagine just Gaius, like, he's got like two binoculars, like far away.
Just
from
deep
this.
in the bushes.
Great.
I imagine like your patron is next to you with also like black binoculars, like wonderful.
he's got like an opera, like a little opera logo. It's just like, this is great.
We're gonna cut over to Noka, who is helping Tenna pack. Tenna puts the headphones in his bag, stops, takes them out and hands them back to you.
And I just gave you these back. I took them with me on my boat trip. You don't want to take them with you?
Take them for me. Come with me. I know where I'm going. I'm going south. I'm gonna walk the stretch between Cod's Breath and Snaggletooth. The one you told me about.
And I've made new friends. And they're not just another group from this town. They're important to me. I feel like whatever it is that we are working towards is something of great importance. I'm not sure what it is we're chasing yet. If our journey happens to bring us along this path, I will gladly walk with you. In fact, my selfish impulse says that it will keep you safe.
It would
But
help. I would be
it would
safer.
certainly help.
I would be safer with 4 going with me.
I cannot make
Where-
this promise to you yet, but when I know where we are off to next,
That's what I
I'll
was
let
about
you
to
know.
ask. Okay.
and honestly, my vote will be cast towards heading towards Snaggletooth Bluff. And then we
I
walk
have to-
together.
If I have to go alone, you know I will.
I know that you will.
I tell you what. It's middle of day. I will wait until 3 hours. I will eat a big lunch, drink lots of water while I wait, and then I will come find you again, and I will ask you again,
Okay.
and then I will go.
I know.
He gives you a hug.
Big hugs.
Okay. I'll find something to eat.
Yes. You know, it's about time for me to find something for eating as well, but my friends were pulling quite concerning prank, and I'm honestly not even sure of the nature of the prank anymore.
Okay.
It's a very confusing scenario. I'm sure that, you know, pranking makes you hungry.
Tell you what. Have them all over for lunch. I will go buy groceries.
Big lunch.
We will have big lunch. Shenar,
Absolutely.
leave money in dresser always. I know where it is. I will buy groceries.
If you are in need of money, well, listen, I did a little bit of luxury spending, but I have money, especially for you to take on the road. So if you are in need, let me know. If you are in need, not in want, there's difference.
I am in want.
We aren't we all?
Let me go check Shenar's dresser. And yeah, he comes back down and he goes, "Can I have like 1 gold?"
He fishes around in his pouch and he grabs 5 and he presses them into his palm.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'll be right back for real. I'm not going to wander into woods.
Yeah, hopefully not. That would well, I'd be sad first of all.
Me too. And he runs out the front door and he makes his way down to the market. Noka, if you step out a little bit after, you'll probably see Luciva hanging around looking bummy just far away from Greymane Manor.
Yeah, so Noka's gonna walk up and approach and he's like, "What is going on with the prank?"
It went surprisingly well. You should have seen it. It got really heated. I loved it. It was great. Quite frankly, I had a great time. And it got fulfilled. We did the prank according to the rules of the Fae. So, it worked out.
Well, at least we will not suffer the consequences of spited Fae magic.
Oh, we'll probably still suffer some kind of consequences, just not from that satyr. That'll be fun. I need to get changed, and I'll head around the corner. I'll get changed, and I'll turn back, and I'll come back out.
Okay. He's cleaned himself up. He's got his other clothes on. You don't know where he kept them, but he's got his other clothes on.
Luciva, Tenna, and I are having big lunch at my
Big
house. Yes, large lunch, many great meals. You join us?
I would be beside myself if I could not join you for big lunch. I will be there.
Absolutely. I need to find Zelar and Jer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you see a little Zelar like running out past the window.
I think you see Zelar having the Cinderella moment of running, and Zelar is transformed back into himself wearing the dress, and then he shrinks down a foot and is like, no, fuck! And just this big poofy dress. And then it transforms back into his normal clothes, like, oh my god. Hey guys, how's it going?
I trust your prank was exciting.
It was somehow extremely informative, to be honest.
Very therapeutic.
Yeah. Sorry I had to yell at you.
I was like, you had a great throw with that whiskey bottle. That hit me right in the head.
Where'd you
Where'd you find that?
I've had practice.
Oh man.
And where's Jericho at this point? Yeah.
You guys see Jeratos just like walking a little slower than you normally see him toward you guys. Just kind of like staring kind of like right in front of him. Just this very like 1,000-yard stare look on his face. And then he just kind of like, hey friends, how are we?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How did the prank go? Was he sufficiently goofed?
We have rather goofed him pretty good. I feel like the next conversation with his daughter will be a doozy for all parties involved.
I believe it will be about lunch.
Well, hopefully.
Oh,
hopefully.
very good.
Right.
And
he's probably
perhaps-
going to be over the moon. He's probably going to feel like a resolution has been made, a line has been crossed. I have a good
Absolutely.
And that
feeling
his
that
daughter
won't be-
actually respects him.
Absolutely. That is exactly how
Yeah.
the next conversation will go between them. Absolutely. I agree.
Excellent. Excellent. I see no negative repercussions of this whatsoever in the future.
Neither do I. We should quickly depart from this place.
Agreed.
Where to next, everyone?
Big lunch? Big lunch?
Oh, lunch. I
Um,
could go for some lunch.
Penna and I prepare large lunch at my house for everyone to have and enjoy together. As a sort of departure feast, but larger decision needing to be made. We do need to figure out where we are going to go because, as was plainly stated, we cannot stay here. We cannot.
Absolutely. I think we should depart as far from Greymane Manor as possible, as quickly as possible, if that is something we can do.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, one of the directions we could go towards was Snaggletooth Bluff, where potentially there were more hags. I have reason to want to go there. I am admitting of bias. Tenna is also headed in that direction to try to hunt for Shannara, and I was thinking perhaps since he is first-time adventurer, I mean, we are all first-time adventurer, but he is younger, we perhaps provide protection for him.
Well, that was the direction, more or less, of the Harpies, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Out of character.
If you're talking about the route that Tenna is planning on going, it's the same route from, I think it was episode 2, where you guys followed the cat that stole your gold and where Ethan first ran off to chase Shannara down that Fey path.
Mm-hmm.
The magic trail that had Zellar charmed.
You're the one who are doing this.
I do believe that might be our best bet, though perhaps I might need to borrow your headphones at some point.
We can all take turns.
Yeah, that would be wise, I think.
Also, dear Zalar, did you obtain any useful information from old Diabolus?
Oh, yeah, that family dynamic is not great, and I go through the list of information that was given about the Dragoneel's masters and their mounts, the Fey crossing, the charm, all that stuff.
It seems
Oh,
Celine
wow.
was not exaggerating. It seems Celine was not exaggerating when she spoke of her father's ill deeds.
Yeah, bad boy.
Oh dear.
I went to bed last night thinking to myself, today was going to be a fun day. You know, we're gonna have a good time. And quite frankly, I'm over the moon. This is great. Now, big lunch. We go to Snaggletooth. We maybe kill another hag or 3, and we keep on rolling.
Let's hope it's not 3, because I think by my math that means that there would be a 4th somewhere.
Before, and that'd
But
be bad.
it's
As you guys are having this conversation, you see down the hill from the center of town, Tenna is carrying several large baskets of different vegetables and meats, lots of fish, and it looks like he's got a big fat deer leg sticking out of one of them. Everybody ushers into Nilka's house. The hearth is lit. The building is warm and dry. And you all prepare to sit amongst each other and some extended family for a nice hearty lunch before going off to God knows what. And as the door closes behind you all, and the voices begin to lift up from the kitchen, that is where we will end the session for tonight.
Let's go!
Yay!
Dude.
Hey, good
That was
prank,
great.
guys.
That was a good
Jack.
prank.
Gang, thank you everybody who tuned in to watch. We had a lot of fun. Hope you had a lot of fun. As it's been stated before, we do this every Wednesday. So I believe next Wednesday will likely, I've been saying this for a while, I believe next Wednesday will likely be the culmination of this first arc. You don't want to miss it. So we will see you all next week at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Love you all. Everybody have a great night.
I promise we won't spend 30 minutes shopping. I promise.
It's been 2 hours.
It'll be